Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, love Blake. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Thank you, love Blake. Not love women. Yeah, love Blake. Thank you so much for letting me know you can hear me. I'm gonna just say a couple of more ooh childs, and then I'll get into the commentary, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Y'all get on in here. Hey, Emmanuel. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me, Emmanuel. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Y'all, they been acting a damn fool over there in that Mo 3 sector, and I have been loving every minute of it, a child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. They been acting like they gonna pull up and all that kind of bullshit. And it was the me in this time, child. And a nothing burger. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Everybody jumping in their cars and acting like they driving to meet up. And they just happen to miss each other. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Child, it sound like one of them scared and the other one glad they scared, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Child, they had me really thinking on right up to where they was acting, child. You hear me? They had me. I was thinking that they like might actually meet up. You know, it was another nothing burger. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. And they don't even be shamed showing how coward they are. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. And they be bodying themselves. The other people don't be bodying. They body their own damn self. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. And when they come back on YouTube, they ain't acting like ain't nothing happened, child. Ain't gonna kill nothing. And ain't gonna Do ain't going to let nothing die. Yeah, they ain't gonna let it die. They gonna still be like a little chihuahua, just yapping, just barking and stuff. And they sounded like chihuahuas. They ain't sound like no Great Dane, Doberman pitching, one of them, what's the dog that be killing folks? Not the Doberman. It's another dog that be, that's kind of unstable in the head, and it'll attack and kill people. Not a boxer. What kind of dog is that? They say it's not safe to have around your kids and stuff. Damn. Well, y'all can see I ain't a dog person. I guess I was having mutts and shit when I was raised up. What kind of damn dog is that? Not a Rottweiler. Or is it a Rottweiler? Is that a Rottweiler that be eating up folks? Although I still stay, I give it to the my most respected women. They the only ones that pull up and really fight. Yeah. Now let me get started, okay? So we don't miss anything. A Doberman picture. Now I had a Doberman, and my Doberman, mine was sweet. Now I love that dog. I had one, and the man I was with had one. Rottweiler is actually good with protecting babies. I know I've had two of them. Now I know a Labrador is good to have around a baby, but like my Doberman, when we had our two Doberman, they were some good dogs. Now they were some bad dogs, like as far as discipline. Because if you turn your back on us, they be. Because when I would go to work, okay, every day, me and the guy I was with, when we would go to work in the morning, everything fine. And when we come home in the evening, it looked like the dogs was the one fine. Well, unbeknownst to us, while we was at work, our dogs was acting a damn fool all over the neighborhood. Getting out just acting a damn fool for 8 hours. And so what we started doing is one of us started going home in the morning. I mean, for lunch. And when we started going home for lunch, they was out moving around. And then when they see us or hear the car, they try to beat us home. No, you wasn't in your car, you wasn't in the fence. Your ass was out there raising hell all day. They would just act just as innocent and child when they would be running so hard like a horse trying to get home, trying to beat you home. You could see them get caught every time. So we had to do other things to the pen, so they would be secure while we were at work. Now, as far as I know, they wasn't attacking nobody, but they was raising a lot of hell in the neighborhood. So people started saying, "Hey, y'all dogs be out all day and they be tripping," you know. And so, we had to change some things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sugar Shay. Hey, Big Stacks. How you doing, Big Stacks? And Sugar Shay, your name came up a couple of weeks ago in some scratching, child. And I remember this. I think no, you're not the one. Sugar Shay is Shot of Shay. Wait a minute, Shot of Shay. That's the name, not Sugar Shay. I had a miss. I almost got that line on you. It was Shot of Shay. That name had popped up. And I don't know how they see that person, but they do still be here. Okay. Child. But the reason I named this Woo Child. Dinner vibes with ritual. A vibes dinner ritual. You being hazed, fool. Ain't hazing against the law. The reason I'm saying this is because Stefan is just like having like panic attacks because of the nestation that's in Seattle. He really, really want to go, but he's really, really scared. Now, if I was scared and nervous and shit, I wouldn't go. It's the way I found out about this Vibes dinner is because I was red balling through lemons this morning. Now, y'all need to start like watching the end of these videos because a lot of times some shit be dropped at the end of the video. So I hadn't heard of the Vibes dinner. And what the Vibes dinner is allegedly supposed to be is that you're supposed to go to a dinner and see if you get along with certain people. So I guess they gonna be at the dinner. You know? Yeah, if it's got you tensed up and I'm not talking about how sometimes you feel a little funny going somewhere where you haven't been, which I don't because I've always traveled. So you can take me to the moon. I'm good. But he is the person, so I guess he don't travel a whole lot. And he's really like having like, I don't know if I want to go. I want to go. Who gonna be there? I wonder what they're gonna say about me. What if they don't like me? He's having them kind of feelings. But another thing, when I watched the Ian Dilemma's video, when I was redballing it, that's how I found out the Vibes dinner. And that's how I found out that Lemon contacted Stefan after his live, I guess yesterday, and talked to Stefan. And let him know, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about and this and that and that and this. But see, that don't sound right because Lemon ain't been talking to Stefan that I know of, but you never can say what people do on this YouTube shit, okay? But Lemon contacted Stefan to give him like a pep talk. And I was puzzled about that. Because Lemon, you got your own vacation. What you dipping in next vacation for? See, I don't fool with these folks. Because these folks tell you lies and stuff. Or either when the shit go down, when some big shit go down, like shit going down over there in that Mo3 sector, you seeing who people that you didn't think cared for this person, they really do. You see what I'm saying, Lee Pepper? Because I'm seeing that this is me looking through Paulette's eyes. I'm seeing a lot of people fighting for people they supposed to be cool with. I'm seeing people making excuses for people that don't make no sense. But see, I'm gonna talk about it because I want to talk to you guys about it. And another thing, like that SD situation, when his ex put them booty hole pictures with the wee and the ball, so it was a man heiched up in the air with no clothes on. Now they're saying some guys over there and some women over there, that how we know that's his phone and how this and that. But they got him on the phone. The girl asked him, telling him, nigga, you been with a transvestite last night. Scolding him in the car. Now, what the hell you got to say about that? Since y'all don't want to hear the booty hole pictures of y'all saying that there could be anybody with a boot hole in their phone, I don't get it. It's crazy. And people are actually coming out that as far as you know, that we know in the YouTube sphere, that these people ain't supposed to be liking them people. But now them people and the people that weren't supposed to like the person or the people, they all on the panels together. or they don't want to talk about it, or they making up excuses. Ain't that the damnedest shit y'all ever seen in y'all life? They just fake. I'm telling you, y'all, please, y'all don't need to pick no goddamn side in this shit. Just sit back and watch. And if you want to comment, comment. But if you're not sure of yourself, don't comment. Just watch it. But I know I ain't the only damn person on YouTube that's hanging around in these sectors that's seeing this shit that I'm seeing. And I've been here for years and years and years. I've seen a lot of shit, okay? Now, how would you, another thing, how would you want to go on a vacation and then your enemy get invited on a vacation? I don't care if somebody paying for it. Bitch, I ain't going. What the fuck you doing inviting that bitch? You know we don't get along. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Sound like it be a setup. Sound like it be the overplay for the underplay. Shout out to Cooler. But, you know, or like Lemon going to Seattle, but he don't like Shaquem. But he say he ain't going, but hell, he changed his mind so much. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Ness gonna be going to Vegas, even though he said that she wasn't invited. He had disinvited her, and then right after he disinvited her, him and Teresa got into it, so she ain't going. I'm just puzzled. But I ain't puzzled because I really don't give a fuck. Hey, Lady Sparkles, beauty Lady Sparkles. Hey, Keisha. But I'm just saying. Just if y'all like each other, y'all like each other. If y'all okay with each other, y'all okay with each other. If y'all do not like each other, y'all do not like each other. But like I said, how can it go from dragging you about everything on your life and you dragging me for the facts of my life, but then we gonna wind up going to Vegas together? And everything's supposed to be cool. Yeah, everything cool. But then soon as Lemon and Tracy fell out, then everybody don't like Tracy. Audio even got his little lightweight ass throwing blows. What the fuck you problem you got with anything, nigga? You ain't been around here long enough to have no input on nothing, nigga. Oh my God, I almost, oh, child, it's crazy. And what the people that ain't got nothing to do with it got so much to do with it for? But, you know, to each his own. Like I said, I ain't going to be worrying about that education shit because, like I said, I don't want to hear about that from now until February. Every live. I just don't want to. But I will be, you know, red balling to see, like, you know, like the next day, I'll be red balling Lemons to see, you know, but as far as sitting there for the whole 6 hours, I ain't going to do that because I don't want to hear that. You know, I don't want to hear about no trip. It ain't hard to go on no damn trip. All you got to do is get some outfits and throw it in your suitcase. Go to the airport and jump on the goddamn plane. And when you get to your destination, get in a goddamn Uber and go to your goddamn room. What's so hard? What's so hard about that? And then we ain't got to live in the same hotel. You can go on east, I be in the west. We got cell phones, we can call each other. Hey, we're gonna be at such and such at 2:00. We'll have your ass at such and such at 2. Okay. Cause see, I might have something else. I might have somebody in Vegas I want to hook up with. I mean, I want to hook up with you today. I might hook up with you tomorrow or the next damn day. Cause I might have people that I really love and really care about that I want to go see. Cause I don't get to go to this place very often and see them maybe once a year. I'm gonna spend a whole bunch of time with them. That's just me. I ain't gonna be around a bunch of goddamn strangers I don't know. I've always said that. And I am not spending my goddamn money to go see no motherfucking strangers when I got a whole bunch of people I can go see in my family. And I got a whole bunch of friends that I can go see with my money. Oh, I don't get it. And another thing I want to know is Nest gonna let people video in Seattle, even if the people getting sponsored. Are you gonna try to tell me what I can and can't video like they did in Vegas? Catwalk with Candy, do you? They be asking too goddamn much out of people. Even if a person gave me a flight there and rooms there, and I had to buy my own goddamn food, I still wouldn't go for that. Mm-mm. No, I can't be controlled, you know. And then, let's get my notes and I'm going to get to that, okay? But right now, I'm just rambling and I'm going to get off of that rambling shit because I got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. This sector should be called the Beck Magazine. I ain't never went nowhere broke. And I was taught if you ain't got no damn money, you keep your ass at home. Like, if you ain't got no shopping money, my mother used to tell me, don't you go in them goddamn stores. There's no reason for you to go in there. Okay? Now, you don't go. Well, she didn't let us do that. We wasn't allowed to go, like, to the mall if we didn't have no mall money. Because we had to have enough money. She made us have money if I'm going to let you go to the mall with your friends, here's the money you got to use. And don't be looking at shit that costs more than what I give you. This is all you got to spend. And don't be asking people for the shit when you get there. You know, that's the way I was raised. And keep enough out of that to go to feed yourself while you at the mall. You know, don't spend all your money up and shit and then be down there hungry. And you have to ask somebody for some motherfucking money. Don't do that. Now, that's the way I was taught. Look, Lee Pepper said my mom did that too. And you can call it old school. I don't care what people call it. No, it's young school too. You don't take your ass to them stores when you ain't got no money. Now, I have window shopped before. But, you know, when I do go with window shopping, I have money. But I be looking at, you know, I spend money on what I can. But while I'm doing that, I'm window shopping. Now, that's window shopping for me. And I go, and if I see something I really like, I be saying in my mind, well, Paulette, you know that costs such and such money. Just keep checking back until they put that shit on sale. Because bitch, you know you ain't got the money to spend on that because you like other shit too. So you got to kind of hold out. Come down here every week to see if this outfit is when they start marking that bitch down. Okay? And that's how I get my good pieces, my good pieces of clothes. I see it and like it, and if it's really expensive, I know I'm not going to pay that price for it. I'm just not going to do it because I like other stuff. So I just keep watching it till it go down. You know, and be praying, Lord, please don't let them sell all of them. You know, I be like that, about to have a panic attack until I get back down there to see if they marked it down. And if they marked it down, if I can afford it, I snatch it up, child. I don't wait for another round, you know, to see the whole lot to the next week. I don't do that. But I'm just saying that's the way I do with my shopping. Now that's what I call window shopping. When I get to look around, in between my light shopping, and I see something happen. If I really like it, I wait till it go on sale. I wait till they start marking that bitch down and pray they don't sell it. I just check once a week, see if they done knock this bitch down, see if they can mark this bitch down. You know, and that's how I get my good pieces. When I don't have the money to splurge on it when it's at the high price. Now I do buy some things at high price, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna wait till they mark it down. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, now I've been talking 25 minutes, so I'm getting ready to get to the meat and bread on here, child. Okay, let me get it up. Now, what I want to say or tell you guys that Diddy, he got sentenced, and he's sentenced to 4 years and 2 months. Now, I don't know if they're going to include that jail time that he's been sitting up in the jail. I think they need to. Now, if they do it that way, he's not going to be in there much longer. He ain't going to be in there much longer. It might be overcrowded. He might get out because they overcrowded. Because they be doing little laws like emergency acts because we got too many prisoners. We got to make some beds and they let such and such out. So many out. Well, they was going on probate. They were going up before the board in 6 months. We just going to push it up. So if it's a situation like that, he can get out anytime. It just depends, okay? But by him being such a high profile case, I wouldn't surprise if he just get to pop out of there one day. Because I don't think they're gonna make a whole bunch of noise when they do let him out. So now that's my opinion on it. I might be totally wrong. But we just say he got 4 years, and 2 months locked up. But I was just saying other situations that he could get out early because we see it every day. Like I said, the overcrowding and all that, I could see that happening. And I wouldn't be surprised. Another thing, I was saying I wish Lady Nika would get her to do the Halloween contest. Well, child, she's doing it on the 31st. And it's gonna be the fourth Halloween contest is gonna start at 7 p.m. And she have a notification, how they put the schedule the lives in the future. She already got it in there, and I've notified. I get the notification, child. So I'm put it on my community wall. If I didn't, I'm gonna put it back on there so y'all can hit that and y'all click if you want to see it. Click you want to be notified, and when the 31st come, honey, it's just gonna pop up, and all you gotta do is sit back and relax. Nika have a good show. I'm sure Buddy Lee will be there. He the DJ. I'm just glad everything going. Some things you just like. Well, I like to see in the V sector. Even though Lemon had and did a good job, I think the best thing he did was to give it back to Lady Nika. Because he really didn't want that forever. Everybody don't want to do that. And I think that he really didn't want to do it anymore. And ain't nothing wrong with that. On December the 31st, now it's gonna be a Halloween contest in the three beef sector. That will start at 7 p.m. Now they pot gonna be $1,000, and it's Big Baby and 357 is having that contest. So the judges they're gonna be announced. They don't know who they're gonna be yet, and Broadway said the more the merrier. He don't care how many people come. You're gonna get to be on um, he gonna get to see your costume. So I think it's gonna be a good show and hyped. So I can't wait for that too. So I'm gonna be back and forth between Nika and 357. Okay. On the 31st of this October, they're having at the Captain's the Dukes and Boots and line dancing and wait a minute, the Dukes and Boots and costumes and line dancing. They're gonna have it all over there. They're gonna be judged on your looks, on your line dance, whatever kind of line dance you want to do, and your damn boots. Okay, I think that's gonna be a good show. And on that one, that's the Captain. The judges are Bimp, Broadway, and Big Lack. And the special guest, I found out who that was. That's going to be Too Exotic J. She's a dancer, and I think she's going to be dancing to a certain song. Now, I don't know nothing about the person, but that's supposed to be the special guest. Okay? So, I found that much out since the last time I was live. Another thing that's crossing my mind, because like I say, you don't know who get along on here and shit. But Big Lack is supposed to be a judge, and that you remember the Captain and Big. Oh, y'all don't know, child. The Captain and Big Lack fell out bad. Cause every time I would ask them, "Hey, what's going on with Big Lack and the Captain? Are they into it or not?" No, they okay. No, they don't. They is fine. They nothing going on. And I'm saying, I know what the fuck I'm seeing and I fuck on hearing. Them men is sparring back and forth with each other. And they've been sparring back and forth with each other ever since they had that being contest over there at Lax. Them men been into it. But they would pull back. They would say shit and pull back. Or go, they be on the same panel. We good, doing that kind of stuff. But then they be on their lives when they don't have each other. Then it's shit talking. I mean shit talking. Well, honey, Big Lack jumped. He didn't jump in the middle of the street. That nigga jumped all through the city, over the city, and jumped on the goddamn interstate. Y'all hear me? He was talking that big shit. Now the Captain talked that big shit like the day before. But when Big Lack came back out, he was talking that past gangster shit. He was demonic. And y'all know my plans. Now I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what was said. But I ain't gonna do that right now. I'm gonna talk about the beef sector first. Because I'm beef sector. So I got to give my people the number one position on my conversation, okay? Hey, E Money, hey, Sherry Bear. Child, they been showing out over there in the more 3 seconds. And I'm about to I want to get to that goddamn shit. But now I got to get over the beef sector first. Because I'm not gonna change how I do my live. Because I'm old and I have to keep stuff going a certain way. Or I'll get all the disembobulated. Okay? Good job. Now the B sector ain't been no pump, okay? Okay, let me see. Okay, I did that. Now before I get started talking about the B sector, I gotta tell you this here. Swedish Brown was talking shit in her car, I don't know, but she was talking that big shit over in the Mo 3 sector a couple of days ago. And she was saying, I do what I, and when she said that her tooth fell out, y'all. Do y'all hear me? Her tooth fell out of her mouth. Watching from cloud nine. You can be what you wanna be on cloud nine. Child, her tooth fell out. And I wasn't there when this happened. But I've been looking around because sooner or later, somebody gonna show it. Sooner or later. And I might have been missing it when they were showing it. Well, I fucked around and got to see it, honey. And she was talking that shit in her car, and her tooth flopped out. Looked like it was a front tooth, child. Now I had to talk about that because I would have forgot that. I don't know if I shared that. I think I did. Because I think somebody made a short. I don't know. Can't remember who. But I think I put that on my wall too. Now, Swedish, I ain't being funny with you or nothing. I'm just reporting on the shit I seen out here. And I see your tooth did come out. Now, I didn't see it when you was live, but I did see it on a short, child. And I just got to say that, okay? Now, Lemon, he showed his natural black ass last night, but he been showing his natural black ass, okay? And I'm just going to call it like I seen it, okay? Well, Crystal have crawled back over there. She been back there on his panel for the last couple of days, okay? And he have talked crazy to her. He done called that woman ugly several times. Wait a minute, let me plug my computer up. It's getting ready to go dead, child. I thought I had my stuff in order. Hold up. Ooh, I thought I had everything in order. I'm not going to say nothing else until I find my damn plug. Because I don't want it to go dead while I'm talking. Hold up. Okay. That's one thing I forgot to do. Because I unplugged it this morning when I got up and bathed. And I took it in the bathroom, my computer in the bathroom. And I forgot to unplug it when I came back. But he been calling her ugly. He told her she looked like a female clown. He told her he don't like her. He said that the red one was alright, but she looked like Ronald McDonald. He noticed she's working with Heidi, like doing like commercials regarding her products, which is makeup and lipstick and eyelashes and stuff like that. But she came on live one day. I didn't go see it, but I did see how she looked. And she had her blue lipstick on. That blue that people wearing. He said that that was not for her. It made her look ugly. Um, he like I said, he don't like her wigs. He just I don't know why she keep going back because now like I said now I haven't heard him calling her ugly and stuff before. He used to talk about she couldn't walk, but now he actually talking about how she looked, child. And she don't say nothing. She act like he ain't saying nothing. And I just can't understand how she can do that. Sit there while this man calling you ugly and you call yourself liking him. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't there nigga ever call me ugly. Okay? I don't get that shit. He talked to her real bad last night. And then he was throwing Chill up in her face. They got Chill. She's supposed to be dating. Now, see, I thought Drip and Chill was the same person because I made a note to myself up here. I was going to ask you guys if they was the same person. Well, I found out last night at Lemons, they are two separate people. Okay, they are not the same people. Well, Chill came over there and hit Lemon panel. And Lemon talked to Chill crazy. He told that man, I drug you last night and this and that, and just sit back, and you know how he tell people, I like this ain't really for you. You sit back. And the guy was saying, yeah, I understand that. It's okay. It's gangster. And, I'm just sitting up here observing. And I was saying, what? This man had told you chill. This man had told, now, I know you say you chill. I don't know nothing about you, but I guess since you name yourself that you chill, that you are a relaxed person. But Lemon told you to your face he drugged you last night. Now, this was on the last night video. He had drugged Chill the night before. You hear me? Oh, Emmanuel say he know I'm fine with a big old booty. I got a big old booty, child. Hey, when I walk, me and our paws, even the young one, okay, they want to see what's behind me. When I walk, I know they look hardy because I got that junk in the trunk, okay, and it ain't no artificial, okay. I get this from my damn mama. My mama used to do, she would cover up, she was sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost. But sometimes when she put her gowns on and stuff, because when you live in your house with your mama, you see them walking around in their gowns and shit. Well, you could see she had a big old ass, and my daughter said, "Mama," because mama had got kind of old and she had to have assistance sometimes to get in the bed, get on her feet. And my daughter said, "Mama, Big Mama got a big old booty." Yeah, she got a big old booty. Look at mine. I got it from her. Okay. It ain't no BBW, honey. It's BB free because mine shake, honey. When I walk, it be going balloon through, right to the left, to the right, to the left, left to the right. It go like that. It be twerking when I walk. I don't try to twerk, but it have a mind of its own. Okay. Now I'm trying to tell y'all about damn Crystal. Don't be putting that kind of stuff in the chat, Emmanuel, because I like that kind of shit. And I'm gonna talk about that when you put that, so don't put that shit in there anymore. And Goosey got up there because it just got ridiculous. And Goosey told Chill that Lemon just made you look like a hoe, dude. And you took it. Okay. I mean, I had my mouth wide open. And then Lemon was saying, "You miss me?" Right in front of Chill. Hey, Crystal. Do you dream about me, Crystal? Crystal, do you miss me? That kind of shit in front of the damn man. Y'all hear me? Lemon was talking that shit last night. And no man didn't do it. Nothing. But Honey Chill said it's okay that Lemon drugged him. And he stayed on that man's channel, on the chat panel a long time. And Crystal stayed up there taking that crazy talk to her for hours and hours and hours and hours. Lemon say, "I don't want you saying nothing about me. You told me to leave me alone. I'm leaving you the fuck alone. I ain't been saying shit about your ass. But I happened to go over there and look, and your ass was talking about me, goddamn it." And I was saying, damn. You was talking about my numbers ain't good no more. You was talking about this and you was talking about that. And she Lemon, I didn't mean nothing about it. But I'm just saying, Lemon. I was saying, look at this shit, y'all. Lemon he talked to her like she had a tail for 2 damn nights. That man told her she had that red wig. It ain't so damn bad, but I just have to say, you look like Ronald McDonald. And I was saying, Ronald McDonald look like a goddamn clown. Ronald McDonald is a goddamn clown. And you sound like a clown. You calling me a clown? Hey, the life of times. I'm just saying, life of times. He told her to wear red wig. It ain't so bad, but you look like Ronald McDonald. And I was saying, like I said, ain't the only Ronald McDonald I know is the Ronald McDonald clown from McDonald's, and that man is a clown. I know what the damn clown look like. Now this shit happened last night. And what else he do? Lemon drug Dory and Simon. He said they was two clowns. Sour Patch got up there and she sung some songs last night. One of them I think was Happy Birthday to Lolo. Now the other one, I don't know what it was. You know, because I don't speak Spanish. But Lemon like it, you know, so she'll be singing on there from time to time, y'all. Because that ain't the first time I heard her up there singing. But I'm glad she came up there when she did, because it took like the target off of Crystal and her man. You know, it watching Cloud now, you done called the woman Crystal wife. Oh, you didn't. Watching for Cloud now. I hope he paying her good too, child, but I don't think Lemon giving her shit. I don't believe it. No, because Lemon, he'll tell you he cheap. He frugal. You know, he a person I believe he'll buy for himself. But as far as buying for, like, if you his lady friend or stuff like that, or if a friend, you just a friend and stuff, I don't believe he'll buy you shit. But like if you doing something he like to do, I think he'll buy you stuff. Like drink. If you like to drink and sit up there with him and get drunk, he'll buy you a drink. You know. Now Tracy was getting money out of him. And Dragon, he would buy her liquor and phones and stuff. But see, you know, they have a different relationship. But he do get in her ass too now. At times, you know, sometimes she push him and he go crazy. Okay? But he drove the hell out of Simon and Dory. And I was just shaking my damn head. Okay, trying to see what here. He told her she looked like an ugly female clown. Told that to Crystal last night. And then he was asking her, "Do you miss me, Crystal? Do you miss me?" That was before that chill guy came. And she was just like talking like this, talking like that. You know, that's how she done started talking like this. Huh, Lemon? Lemon. Do you want me? Lemon. Oh my God. Now I'm through with that. Well, I went by audios yesterday because, you know, him and Tracy fell out. Well, no, they have been fell out a long time ago, but he haven't been striking at Krista on Lemon panel. Striking at Tracy on Lemon panel. He kind of stayed in his place with Lemon. With Tracy. So they had got into it before and they drug each other, okay? Well, the way I feel about it, the way she drug him, he bagged all the way down on her. Well, as soon as her and him and Teresa got into it the other night, when they was into it about, he was telling her the nerve of you saying that uh, back chat said something about Ness kid. What back chat put into back chat was, is Ness gonna take her son on vacation? Now, is that talking about Ness goddamn kid? Huh? 3,000 degrees. Is saying Ness, is Ness gonna take her child on vacation, her son on vacation? Is that talking about Ness' son? Lemon wanted to fall out with Tracy. And I'm glad it happened, because if they didn't fall out the other night when he had to come up with that money, they was gonna be having, was gonna keep on throwing that on her head every time she said something that he didn't agree with her saying. But that Roger McCloud now, they wasn't talking about Ness' son. And Lemon, you lied like Tracy was talking about Ness' son. Tracy wasn't talking about Ness' son. And you went on and on and on and on. And like Tracy told you, you ain't gonna talk to her any kind of goddamn way just because you paid for a trip. And actually, you didn't pay it all. Well, we'll get to that part after this, okay? But I'm just being for real. Lemon, you lied like Tracy talked about Ness' son. She did not talk about Ness' son. You was looking for a reason to get into it with Tracy. But we'll get to that, okay? Well, I'm just going to go and say that part right now. When Lemon came on night before last, okay? When they started talking about how much the trip cost, when they was talking about $3,000, Lemon act like he had never heard of shit like that before. Well, Lemon, you've been asked, you said you get a trip, and you get a trip, and you get a trip. I pay for your room. I pay for your home. You want to go? Yes, you want to go. I'll buy your trip. I'll send your way. Tracy, you want to go? You asked Tracy first. Tracy, you want to go? I'll pay your way. I'll buy your room. I'll fly you out. You said that, Lemon. Tracy didn't ask you to go. You asked her to go. And come to find out, you said the other night, you didn't even talk to Nika about going. And we know you told her away about over a month ago. But when they started telling you how much that shit cost the other night on that damn panel, you went crazy. And then they started telling you they were booking whatever. And you were like, oh my God. You know, you was doing that kind of shit, Lemon. You bit off more than you could chew. I don't know how much you thought it was going to cost you to send several people to Vegas, and they all live in different states. So it's going to cost this one this much, this one this much. You know, it's not going to be the same price across the goddamn board. I don't know what you was thinking about, but I'm just telling you, evidently you ain't traveled with around. Evidently you haven't. Evidently you don't know how to take care of business like that. Because when they start telling you how much the shit cost that they were looking at, and you didn't have no reply on what you was looking at, you had a problem with how much shit cost. If you should have said, Tracy, I'll give you $300, you figure out the rest of the way how to get here. You know. Or Tracy, I got that's $200 for you a room. That's all I got. You got to pay for the other time. What's wrong with saying that? But you ain't give me no limit on my flight, You ain't give me my limit on my room, but you got a problem with everything that we come up with. Now, Sassy, she did the best thing. She went up and she said, "Hey, I'm not gonna be on here every night because I don't want to hear about the trip forever. I'm gonna get my own shit." And then it went all haywire, y'all. Like he was watching Ness the other day. He didn't like what Ness was saying, which Ness was what Ness said on you that you caught the other day. She been saying worse shit than that. She been calling you faggots, you dick in the booty, every damn thing you could think of. Ever since, but when y'all was in Vegas, and ever since she been back, you know that Ness didn't do no different. She said she didn't have confidence in you on this trip that you was planning. She said you were going too fast with to getting the rooms and shit. I don't think he was going too fast. I think he was going too slow. Because the earlier you get the damn, like I say, the early bird get the worm. The further out that you book shit, you can get it cheap. Yeah, vacation is costly. And when he was doing that stuff one night in the chat, this is what I put in there. I remember Oprah was telling people, you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. I put that in the chat. But I got to say right now, the way things going, I have went like over on 3 sector. I'm gonna check in and see what they doing. But I ain't finna sit here no 6 hours and listen about that goddamn trip. And I ain't gonna sit here and listen about how you fell out with the people, different people. I seen the fallout. I seen when you fell out, how many times you got to say it. I'm not hearing that shit over and over. And that's why I'm glad I got somewhere to go to Mo 3 beef sector, and they've been acting a goddamn fool over there, honey. It take everything I can to come over here and watch shit. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who get mad. Okay? Let me see. Now, Audio said that, he was, to me, he was plotting on Tracy. Because he said that she lucky that she not going to limitation. Because if she would have came, he was going to have somebody to do something to her. Some women, I guess. Now, Audio, let me tell you something. Tracy is not an easy win. Whoever you would have got, they would have had to run in her back. And bitches ain't had no luck doing that yet. Tracy ain't got no motherfucking sense. That's why I love her. Because anytime you fight at your own folks' goddamn funeral, beating your own folks' ass, and you beat two asses, and that's been years ago. What do you think she would have done? Whoever you was gonna see, your sister, your cousin, or your auntie? Hey, she not easy win, and I'm gonna be on Teresa's side every time because I know she don't mind thumping. But we don't know nothing about your sister or cousin or auntie or whoever the fuck that is. We don't know nothing about them. Well, like I said, if you kick your own folks' ass, and like your daddy or your mama funeral, what the fuck you think she gonna do for your folk? And she did that to her own people. She got arrested for that shit. Went to jail. She'll have a lot of pent-up anger on things. Okay? Now, to me, she the baddest bitch running around these parts over here on YouTube. Cause VS ain't bad because she hit that Shireen from the back. But Tracy fought in front of her whole family at either her mama or her daddy funeral. Okay? So she don't give a fuck. So you keep talking that shit. And she said the day she gonna be in Vegas, audio. I triple double dog dare you to send what you were gonna send to her in Vegas when she gonna be there. And she done said the date. I dare you. I triple double dog dare you. You ain't gonna do it, boy. And it is what it is. She's not gonna run. She's not gonna hide. She's gonna have a good old time in Vegas, baby. Bitch ass nigga. You a weak ass nigga because you a porn bombing nigga. You did something to YouTube cameras and she didn't do a goddamn thing to you. And you still carry that in your heart. You a bitch ass nigga want people to lose their channel. And you know what you said the other day? Audio on your live. You let me know how weak you are because you said that when you get angry, you get hot, and you start shaking. That sound like you a crazy motherfucker. That sound like you a scary motherfucker. You so scared you shaking. Do you hear me? You sound like you scared. That's how that is. That's not anger. That's fear. Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. And I don't know how more far up in this ass that you can get. Cause you out here windmilling hard, baby boy. But you know what, when you windmill, you ain't doing nothing but hitting there. That's why they call it windmilling. Bitch ass nigga. Talking about you mad because she talked about your sister. Whole bunch of people on here to talk about your sister. But you ain't got, why you got all that heat Patricia, Ken done talked about all kind of shit about your sister. And you ain't did nothing to Ken. You said you were going to New Orleans. Boy, bye. You selling whoop tickets, honey. You blowing up all up this ass, bitch. Weak ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. You gonna fuck around and make Teresa kick your ass, bitch ass nigga. You gonna be crying like Rod Rack did. Yeah, from just like he did and cry. You're gonna come on YouTube and you're gonna tell it on her. Bitch nigga. Bitch ass boy. You gonna do just like Rob. When she slap you upside your motherfucking head, you gonna hear that ding dong, it's gonna ring, and you're gonna run your ass into the bathroom. And you're gonna come alive and you're gonna do just like Rob. I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm gonna lock myself in the bathroom. After he done been playing pistol play all week. Bitch ass nigga. Y'all some weak ass, punk ass niggas. We need some real men around here. Cause it sure ain't on right now. Bitch ass nigga. P-bombing ass punk. Scary ass bitch. That's why you're hot in your hands. I'm just shake. I be so that I just shake. No, that's your motherfucking ass scared. Bitch boy. Your voice ain't even changed, nigga. When you start talking shit, your voice be squeaking. like a little bitty ass juvenile that's little male. That voice ain't changed all the way. You know, sometimes they'll talk like this, but then sometimes they talk like this, and then it go, you know, he still squeaking in your voice. You too old to have your voice squeaking. Nigga, you supposed to got through with that shit before you got 19. Nigga, you talk like this sometimes, and then you talk like this, and then they had that squeak. Bitch ass nigga. Your voice ain't even changed, nigga, and you almost 30. It ain't supposed to be squeaking in you that old bitch. But your shit still changing. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't never seen nobody. You know the little voice start changing sometime from like around 15 or 14. You know they get a little mustache, little peach fuzz, and then that little voice, they voice start changing. They see a little hair on their lip and they go crazy. Or they get a piece of pussy, they go crazy. You ain't through that stage yet. You still running around here crazy. Nigga. Weird ass bitch. And you done showed us you weird time and time again. You pocket watching. You mad because Lemon get Teresa money, bitch. You even trying to figure up in your goddamn head how much Lemon sent her a day. That ain't none of your business, bitch. How that's some of your business? Pocket watching ass hoe. And you told a motherfucking lie the other day. See, I don't watch you. But I watch it because you and Teresa into it. You know, Teresa my girl. But your black ass was talking about you had went to Target. So I'm supposed to, you had ordered. It wasn't ready. You made a scene, stayed around there for a while, then went back home. And when you got back home, they called you and told you the order was ready to pick up. Now you don't went your back ass back over there and started some shit with the little white woman, calling her racist and all that. You said you did that. I don't believe you did all that shit. You can't make me believe it. You ain't did shit. But you come on here lying. Now you done waited all this time. Now you okay? So you moving around, going to Target, waiting in Target all this time. Then your big gift, your box come. Then you had to go back to Target. Now when you came online, you was explaining about that. And then later on in your live, you lying bitch ass nigga, you said you was at work, that you had come on here for a little bit. You know, you was at work. Bitch, how you gonna be at work and you all over the town and you in Target and all of that and waiting and all that and then come back and then you say you was at work? You was a liar. You ain't got no job. You might have to be helping your mama out of some, you know, if they got rent houses or whatever they got, whatever it you sent 88. You probably stay around the house and getting high all day. That's what I think you do. You know, some people go out like that, but it's not my problem. But then you gonna say on there, now if you say you done been on here an hour at least, and then lying like you was at work, I ain't gonna be on here long. Then you said, I'm on break. I gotta clock back in. Then you come back and then you say, I just clocked out for my lunch. All within a 3-minute span. Well, I'm finna drag, you know, then you want to drag Teresa some more. You was a lying bitch ass nigga. That's why 88 treated you like a bitch that you is. That's why she doxed you and you didn't do a motherfucking thing. That's why she was calling whoever she was calling that she had access to their phone numbers. And you ain't did shit because you a bitch ass nigga. And you lying like Teresa talked about their son too. Weirdo. Teresa ain't say now Teresa had talked about that boy before. She had drugging before. But evidently Ness don't care because Ness was gonna go to Vegas. With Teresa gonna be there. So evidently she didn't give a fuck what about Teresa dragging her child, and and she drugged your child. Then had pictures of your child up on the wall, and you was gonna take she was gonna take her crippled donkey, swamp donkey ass to Vegas, and she know Sassy don't like her. She was gonna be in Vegas. Teresa don't like her. She was gonna be in Vegas. She was willing, so desperate for a trip. She was gonna go there with Teresa and Sassy. Now ain't that a kick in the head? Paulette, you done made who done made you mad, sweetheart? I'm not mad. I'm just doing commentary, Jaguar. I ain't mad. You don't want to see me mad. Now I'm through with that little punk. Okay. You're not even a featherweight. Is it a weight lighter than featherweight in boxing? Is it a nat weight? Anybody know about boxing in the chat? Tell me the lightest weight you can be to box. Because I see them little bitty men. You know, you used to see heavyweights. You see them little flyweights and stuff, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But them little men be fighting their ass off. Because you know them big fighters, they don't fight that fast. You know, they be slow motion count. But them little bitty motherfuckers, they be beating the hell out of each other. They be throwing them blows. I ain't got nothing against the little featherweights. Ain't it the flyweight, I think? Ain't it a fly? Wait a minute. A flyweight, a mini flyweight. Now he a nat. Sure. I think I said enough about audio. You know, I used to give him a chance and stuff, and me can't be bothered. He's a nothing burger. His voice, like I say, his voice ain't even change. Yeah, when I watch him, watch how his voice be going, you know, do that squeak thing. Any men in here, they know how that voice change thing go, because their voices change from a boy to a man. Okay? They know what their voice did. The men in here, when they was maturing, going through a phase in their life where men go through. But I think your voice changes shit. My son, when his voice was changing, it got through changing before he got out of high school. All right, Queen Charles, don't it be through changing by the time they get out of high school? Now I know he almost 30. And his voice haven't quit changing yet. Boy, bye. Okay. Now I went by Olivia's child. You know, I like going by there too. But I don't get to go over there so much because see, I be over there in the most recent child. They been showing their ass around the motherfucking clock, okay? You can't even take a nap over there because you gonna miss something. The way they been acting. Lord. And I went over to Olivia's, and she said Crystal looked like she said that Crystal, you know, she got her a wig now that's got a little braids in it. She said that damn wig make her look like the Predator. Y'all know that Predator that Arnold Schwarzenegger. Y'all know what the Predator look like. That's what Crystal said, that the Predator that actually 12 to 17. See there? It's an age group, and I can see that 12 to 17. Because like I said, to get that little peach fuzz, you know, when they start getting a little hair on their little, it don't be very much, but when they first see it, they start doing that. You know, they always rubbing on it and looking at it in the mirror, and they get a little hair on their chin, and they be pulling on it and stuff. You know, it's something that boys go through, okay? It is what it is. They be proud of their little mustache coming in. You would think they had a full mustache that you could put the damn, you know how they put that wax on them and make the circles with their mustache, the men do. You would think they had a mustache like that, child, when they get that little peach fuzz on their lip. Yeah, I love to see it because I love seeing my son when he was going through it. Okay, and some of these women go through it too. They get the peach fuzz. Now, if I had my mother's sister had a mustache, you know, and it turned some men on. My mama's sister had one, and my aunt had a full mustache. And 100 men was running after like a dog. Some men, it turned. You never know what people like. And the guy she married, because she had been married before, but her husband passed. He was paralyzed. He got paralyzed when he was young in the army. He lived a long time. They still had babies on that. They had like 14 kids and shit like that. But then, when he passed, she didn't date for a while. And she would have sometimes, she would take her clothes to the dry cleaner. Well, this man was be across the road, and he would tell his friends, "Who is that? I like her. I like." They would say, "She got a mustache." He said, "That's what I like about her. I like her. I want to meet her." And he was scared to approach her, and he finally did. And they wound up dating and getting married. Had a good marriage for years and years. And honey, he was a tenderoni too. And they was married for years and years and years, and he passed, and it was sad. But honey, Bobby loved some of my aunt cat, and she had a full beard, and it was that pretty hair that lay down. That's how my auntie was too, with that pretty hair. But my auntie didn't have as much hair. My mama's sister didn't have as much hair as my brother's sister. I mean, my daddy's sister. My daddy's sister had a full mustache. And the man that she wound up with the second time, he was younger and he loved her for that mustache. And it led to other things, led to them dating and getting married. You hear me, Viper? So you never know what turn people on. I don't knock nothing. Yeah, I want you do what you want to do. Okay. Uh and Olivia also said it did look like you had your lipstick on thick, that blue lipstick. And she also said that she was scared when she would see you. She said it made her scared. Hey, Charlotte Franklin. What'd you say? Let's see what she's saying. I'm trying to keep up with the chat too. Hey, Miss Waters. I'm at the beginning of the live about your dogs. I hope you having a blessed day, Mars. And chat praying y'all having but yeah, child. I'm feeling so silly. But yeah, Olivia said that Crystal looked like the predator, and she said that you had that blue lipstick on, child. So Lemon don't like the blue lipstick, and Crystal don't like it. And she said you had it on a thick, girl. Now, when you put it on thick, now I'm telling you, women have made this mistake because I did it. When you younger, you know how you be putting the lipstick on hard, because you don't have to like press lipstick on your lip. You just glide it on there. But when you're young, sometimes you would put it on hard, and it would be thick. And Crystal, you have no better now. Hell, old as you is, child. But she is doing the doing commercials, promotion and stuff for Heidi makeup line, and Lemon, don't be so hard on Crystal because she getting views with that, and some women do like that line that Heidi have, and it's gonna be some of the women that like that blue lipstick, because the blue a couple of years ago it was in, people was wearing it, like some of the younger girls. Now I haven't been seeing a whole lot of blue lipstick lately. It's just like that when people doing them raccoon eyes. Remember? Everybody was trying to do that raccoon eyes and the smoky eyes. Things go through a phase. Cause see, like this not in now. The raccoon eyes and the smoky eye, that's out. Makeup change just like clothes style. Study change. And I'm gonna tell you all this here. You remember when the women was wearing that light skin that light makeup through the middle of your face? And just so much of your face would be light, like in the middle. I hated that. I hated that. That was the ugliest shit I ever seen in my life. And I'm trying to think what I thought they looked like with that makeup on. They look like one of those cows with the dots on the face. That's what they remind me of. And I'm glad that. And then it had a dark, on the cheeks, not the where the blush be, but it would be dark. I hated that. That was the ugliest shit I ever seen in my life. Yeah. But that's me. And I keep going off subject, Lord Jesus. Another thing I found out. Now Wiley wound up over Lemons night before last. Now I'm getting to the night before last action, okay? So what I talked about the last time on Lemon, like today, that was the last live I seen, which that was the one he did last night, okay? So now I'm going to the night before. On that live, Tracy, Wiley, this is like Lolo, Tracy and Lemon got into it. So Tracy was up there, Wiley, Lolo, Audio, Yaya, ZX, Ness, Drip Zone. I don't know a lot about that person, but I heard he a hot item, supposedly. T. Daniel, Outspoken, Sparkles, Catherine, Krista, just to name a few. Now, when Lemon started to laugh, he was upset because Ness didn't believe in him. Why would you give a fuck what Ness think? She's already told you, let you know she don't respect you. And so you was disappointed because she didn't have confidence on you planning your trip. That was stupid. To get into it, say something that just stay out in your lane and let Ness do her lane. I don't get it. Why would you be upset because Ness didn't believe in you? And then this happened on there. Teresa was on the panel. Now this whole Lemon got into it. She was on the panel, and they had been on there for a while, because she was eating a nectarine or a peach or something. And which Tracy, you was making a lot of noise when you was eating. I don't know why you don't go on mute, but that's on you. Well, back chat. That's a person that be in the back chat a lot. Back chat keep a lot of shit going on these panels, because the panel holder either read the shit that back chat putting back there, or the people on the panel fuck around and read it. Back chat has caused problems before. This ain't the first time. And it gives back chat glee when she make people get into it, like on the panel or in the chat, because she be in back chat, be in the chat, and back chat be in the back chat. And I think sometimes back chat hit the goddamn panel. So back chat be a lot of places doing a lot of shit, because back chat keep a lot of shit going over YouTube cameras. Back chat be on at a lot of these lives, causing havoc in the back chat. Well, Lemon started reading what back chat was putting in the back chat, the private chat. And he said, Ness, is Ness taken? And then he seen the sun part and he stopped. Well, Tracy seen he had stopped. And Tracy gonna slap at Ness any chance she get. Ness slaps at Tracy. They've been into it for a long time. Ain't nothing new. So Tracy seen a moment to say some shit about Ness, and she said that back chat said, is Ness taking her son on vacation? Well, honey, when she said that, Lemon hit the goddamn roof. The nerve of you. And I just booked your trip, and you're going to say that about Ness' son? And he went on and on and on with that bullshit. Okay? He went cuckoo. Okay? He went crazy. So Tracy just kept eating a tangerine, and Lemon Hunter, he was going worse. He was going worse and worse, on and on and on. Okay? But when he said that shit about him spending that money, I just spent this money for the trip. And Tracy said, nigga, you acting like a donkey. And she said, I don't care about Ness child. And she don't. She been dragging that boy. But she didn't drag him that night at Lemon. She hadn't drugged that boy in a while. But now, Lemon, you done put her in the fight. You done put that kid in the crossfire. And you know if Ness say something to Tracy, that Tracy gonna drag her and the kid. Okay? It is what it is. You know? And Ness already did a lie earlier that pissed you off. That got you in your feelings. So what the fuck is you mad about Tracy reading that? Because you was already upset because Ness, you was already upset at Ness. But then you going to be clapping to save a hoe? Because she read what back chat put in the back chat? Well, he kept on talking that bullshit, and Tracy said that she wasn't going to kiss his ass for no trip. And she said, Ness don't like you, Lemon. And she said, we done told you that she don't like Ness. You know? And then Lemon, is back chat gonna play for your trip, Tracy? And Tracy say, I don't care about Ness, and I don't care about her child, her kid. And she said, Tracy said, I'll pay you your $200 back. Because he had paid the $200. I don't know if it was to reserve the trip. I don't know if it was to reserve the motel. Because, see, I was redballing. I didn't watch this shit live. Because, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and listen to that damn trip shit every night. I'm not doing it. I can't do that. Well, Tracy left. You know, like she said, I ain't kissing your ass. So she left and went live. But Tracy had told him that, you know, that he wasn't going to talk to her like that. So she left. And Lemon said, I'm getting disrespected. He said that Tracy was disrespecting me. Him. And he said he wasn't ducking nothing. And then he took Tracy mod stick. And he said, I want my money back. And he said, karma is going to get you, Tracy. And then he requested the refund on whatever he sent to wherever he sent. He requested that money back. Now, they were saying 200. Then audio come up with the 250. Now, I don't know if it was 250. I don't know if it was 200. But Lemon, at the time on that live, he said he wanted his $200 back. And she said she would pay him his $200 back. And then Wiley, babbing ass, he up there because he thinking he can get something out the deal. He up there, yeah, you need to follow your leader. Lemon ain't Tracy's goddamn leader. Just because you was kissing BS ass for money. And you follow behind BS like a little puppy. Tracy ain't following Lemon like that. Yeah. And and then that's where he come up. He come up with the $250. He said that she needed to give Lim, Lemon his $250 back. Okay. Then Ness hit the link. And when Ness hit the link, now see Lolo done got in the picture in the Lolo done some kind of way she wound up in the trip share a room because Teresa have a suite, and so they were gonna share a room. But then Lolo, well, I'll get to what Lolo said in a minute. Then Ness hit the link, and Ness told Lolo, "You ought to be ashamed of yourself going up to Vegas to be with a married man." And I say, "What? Where this man come from?" I was just shocked. I didn't know who the fuck. I didn't know a man was gonna be there for Lolo. But if she got one, that's her business. But if you were gonna share a room with Tracy, that's not a good idea. Cause see, Tracy went through that shit in California with MU at this resort. Tracy wired up had to be in the room with them, sleeping on a couch, and MU and him was in there fucking in front of her. And she said that shit was very uncomfortable. When she had a room in this other place, they took her from her room and they moved around, going to the beach and moved around. And before everything was over, they wound up at the resort. And Tracy, all her clothes and everything was over here at the motel. Why would you take a person away from their motel room? I don't get it, but some people doing shit like that. I don't get it. And like Tracy said, she didn't want to go through that again. She didn't know what a man came up anyway. But Ness make it be known that the man married. And like I said, I don't know where the man came from. Then Lolo said he ain't married. He not married, and he a friend and this and that. And then some kind of way they put Drip name in it. They were saying Drip and Lolo was kicking it. And come to find out Drip and his wife or ex-wife is Lolo. They come from Lolo camp. Child, let's see that. That's too much shit. How you gonna keep up that shit? And then Ness was saying that he was going with old people, that his people that he had for his trip was old, which is Talent, Lemon, Ghetto, Tracy, Lolo, and Ness. And Ness, you was just as old as they is. I don't know where that 29 and 28 shit come from. Bitch, you in your 40s. So you old, and Honest Row is about your age. I think Brian in his 30s. I don't know how old Stephon is, but I think he's not no spring chicken. Shaquem ain't no spring chicken. He 30-something. So why would you call lemon people old? See, you come up on the panel with that crazy shit. And Lemon, he had excommunicated Ness first. And then him and Tracy got into it, and he, Tracy left before he excommunicated her. Okay? Now, Lolo said that her friend that she was going to meet up with goes to Vegas a lot, or either live in Vegas. I don't know. But, that's her business. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Having a man in, people got to live in some state. Sometimes you have people that just live in Vegas. Because like when I be in Vegas, I got a man that comes from Arizona to Vegas. And we kick it. So what's the big deal? But I ain't kicking it with no other woman in the room with me and him. Period. Period. No other bitch gonna be around him when we together. At all. Now you can do how you want to do it, but if I go to Vegas, I ain't gonna meet nobody from YouTube in Vegas. Or if I do bump into you, I'm not gonna stay with you. I'm finna me and Arizona gonna be together. And I ain't got time to be bothered with none of that. I'm gonna be focused on him. It is what it is. Okay. Now if I got a boo at that time and I take them to Vegas, Arizona is xed out. Okay? He won't even know I'm in Vegas. I've done that before. You know. You don't take sand to the beach. That's crazy. And there's nothing wrong with Lolo if a man there is coming to see her. And then Ness gonna say Tracy would have pulled his lemon do rag off. No, bitch, that's the kind of games you play and Shaquem play. You remember Shaquem got cash outs because he didn't have the money to get home, and they was gonna send him cash out to pull lemon do rag off, and Shaquem tried to pull it off, and that's how they got the wrestling thing. When they went to Vegas before, Shaquem was gonna try to pull lemon do rag off, and that's how they started wrestling. See, Ness do that kind of shit. Ness throw comedy rappers on the floor and say Shaquem and Lemon was fucking. And Lemon, why would you want to go on a trip again with somebody that do you like that? Lolo, why would you want to be on the trip with Ness and the way her and Intrinsic talked to you and did you and wouldn't even let you show your own content, your own shit that you videoed in Vegas? They said they were going to strike your shit. And the only way they got off your head, Lolo, was diva tomboyish. Hit Lemon Pound and told them bitches, I dare y'all to mess with it anymore. Lolo, I'm going to give you 2 weeks. Now, if them bitches come around you with that bullshit, because this thing got on my nerve, I'm going to strike them. But after 2 weeks, you on your own, bitch. You got to handle them bitches yourself. But I give you a 2 weeks. I'll bang these bitches all over YouTube. And Ness and Intrinsic fell all the way back off of Lolo. And then they just didn't come back at Lolo. Okay? For the people that don't know. They talked about Lemon and Ness them talked about Lolo like a dog. Lemon was practice. It was a video of him making fun of how the woman walked. Now, why would you want to go on this trip with him again? And he did you like that before, even though he apologized. Ness never apologized to you, and she doing them people that's going on that Ness case the same way that she did the people on the Vegas gate thing. She coming up with all kind of crazy shit. They got to lick her ass. They can't say nothing back to her because she'll go off. And they people that's like Stefan them, that's what they going through now. And like I said, it's a ritual, and it's called hazing. And hazing is against the goddamn law. A little boy just died the other day getting hazed in college for a fraternity. A black boy. I can't think of what fraternity is because I didn't make a note of it, but I should have. He got hazed to death. You be doing stuff you don't want to do, but you want to fit into the group, and you get caught up like that in that bullshit. And sometimes you lose your life with that bullshit. They might say, here, drink a gallon of goddamn liquor. and you crazy enough to drink, you young and want to be in the furnace, and you try to drink a gallon, and you never wake up. Or they might have you jumping off of something, or carrying something too heavy. Or they might just decide to whoop your ass until you pass out and you might not wake up. And like I said, now they're doing this dinner ritual to see if the people fit in for their trip. And I don't know who come up with that goddamn idea. You gotta have a meeting, you gotta have a dinner before you go on the trip to see if you fit in. Now, ain't that some crazy shit, boy? You ain't nothing but a born dog. Howling all the time. That's Elvis Presley, honey. Hey, just looking. But I'm just saying, that's the kind of shit these grown people are doing to fit in. Gone fit you. Do you get it? Lord Blake. People doing stuff to fit in. Jaguar, they doing crazy stuff. And they doing stuff like, you better not video. You better not do this. Why not? I'm on my vacation. I may not get to go on vacation again for another year. Everybody don't get to go on more than one vacation. On here, some people ain't never flew. On here, some people have never took a train nowhere. It's people ain't never been on no bus, like a Greyhound, to go anywhere. My first experience on Greyhound, I rode it from the south to the north. And when I first started, because I went by myself, and I was so scared and stuff. And I was going to see my daddy people. But I was so scared that I cried for like an hour. And the bus driver told me to come sit behind him and don't worry about anything. I got you and stuff. And you just sit here until we get to Chicago. Now, after we get to Chicago, he told me what to do to get to the next. Because I had to walk from one bus place to another one. And it was miles. It was not miles. It was blocks. Long blocks. And you know what? It was a man from the state, the town that I'm from. He was a guy I was scared of because I was young. And he used to walk around like with a paper, drink the beer out the, the paper, had the bottle with the paper around it. He would always have them, and I was scared of him. He happened to be on the bus, but he didn't sit up close to me. He sat in the back there. But when we got to Chicago, he said, I'm not going to let you walk to that other bus by yourself. I'm going to walk with you because I know you're scared. I'm not going to do nothing to you. You just walk with me. Because then bus driver already told me which way to go. And so this man that I was scared of, he walked me to the bus station, the other bus station. He said, nobody going to do nothing to you. You sit right here till they call your bus number. And now I'm going to sit over there. And I'll make sure you get on your bus, on the right bus. And that's what happened. And then I got to, to my people. And that was my first bus experience by myself. And I was scared to goddamn death. And see, they said that it was like at them bus terminals back then, that they would like get young girls and young boys that was traveling alone, and they would get them into the prostitution. They would get them from that, pimps would come up to them, and whatever they would say to them, the kids would go off with them, and they wound up being in like sex traffic. That was a easy way for the men to get your girls and the young boys back then. But see, now they had these computers and stuff, and they could just park down the street from your mama's house and you walk out there and just jump in the car. But back then, people called buses, and Chicago was a hub for pimps, and then lady prostitutes would get the little girls and the little boys from the bus station. It wouldn't just be the pimp. It would be like other prostitutes and stuff trying to, lure the young people with them, and they would sell them into prostitution and drugs. They would get them hooked on drugs, and then they would be in a cycle of prostitution. And some of them never get out. That's just their life forever. And some of them will get enough money to go back home to wherever they came from, but they done been abused, sometimes for months, sometimes for years. It just depends how the cookie crumble. But I'm just saying that's how it was back in the day. Now I don't know if it now. A lot of drugs used to go through the Greyhound. Like drug dealers, they used to go use the buses to go from state to state to carry their product and to make money. And once they got enough money, then they go back home. And they do it again and again and again until they got busted. That's the way I'm, for the younger people that don't know, that's the no-no. That's what you used to be. They would get you on crack, shooting up, you know, heroin, anything you could think of, sherm, anything you could think of, heavy drugs. That's how they would get you in that grass. And they buy you a few outfits, and you think you their girlfriend. You wasn't their girlfriend. They were just setting you up for the kill. And a lot of times it took a weekend to do it. Sometimes it took 2 weekends to do it. But then you got caught up into that a lifestyle you never thought of it in your life. You never heard of this. And that's the way it was. And that's the way it is now with the little girls and the little boys. That's how they wind up getting trafficked. Because they got the internet now. Back then it was the phones, or the men would hang around at the bus stations, or it is, that's the cruel world that we live in, child. Okay. Now let me see what. Now I think I'm through with the beef sector. Let me see. Talent keep pushing Lemon to go to Seattle. Now, Talent came up with this great idea about Lemon going to the Seattle gate about a month ago. He throwed it up over there on Ness panel, and Ness and Shakim tuned right in on it, okay? Then the next thing you know, Ness started coming over to Lemons and blah, blah, blah. And then she wound up getting invited for the trip. Then she got disinvited. And when she got disinvited, that Talent hit the link later on and was saying, Lemon, I think it would be a great idea for you to keep on. You need to go to the vacation. So I don't know. I'm standing on the fence. I don't know if Lemon going to go to Seattle. I don't know if he's not going to go to Seattle. Okay? And then let's say I told you, Lemon, that it wasn't going to be no fighting, no violence. So Lemon, they told you already that they'll call the police on you. And they have said over there on this, she said if you jump on Shakim, she's gonna call the police on you. And she did. She said that she was thinking about just reporting you before, like when you headed that way. So go to his Seattle if you want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If you go, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, and she said that the reason that she was hesitant, this is Ness talking to Lemon. She said, you already paid for Tracy, Lolo, and Sassy. And she wanted to know why Lemon paid so soon. And she said that that it would have cost around $3,500 for all of them. And I don't know why you tripping. And then Carla hit the pound and told Lemon, you did throw the money in Tracy's face. And she asked him, Carla asked him, hey man, are we in the same show? Because Lemon said, no, she talked about Ness' son and this and that. Lemon, that woman didn't say nothing about Ness' son. I know you don't watch your replay. Because if you did, a lot of this stuff that you say, and you say you put on your dead brother and you all that kind of stuff, Lemon, that shit be, I don't know how it go over your head. A whole lot of stuff that you have arguments with different people. It don't be like you say it is, cause you be drunk a lot of times. Okay. Now, Lemon, another thing that you did last night, and I got to talk about it because you did it, and I know they're gonna talk about it on YouTube. You was drunk and you was in your car and you went and got some more liquor last night. We heard the car door slam when you got to the liquor store, and we heard the car door slam when you come out, and you was driving your own shit. It wasn't nobody in there with you because when you would have Michael Jackson and them different other boys in there, y'all would be talking and all that kind of stuff. So you can't blame it on them driving you. You was by yourself because you was real friendly with the people at the liquor store. Ain't nothing wrong with that because you know when you frequent a place a lot of time, you do get friendly with the staff. You know, hey, how you doing? And you know, sometimes, hey, wonder what team gonna win. You know, you talk, just feel that feel conversation, just filling your time while you in this establishment. But you was in there talking to them people, and you know this and that, and what are you saying, and all that kind of stuff. And then you got in the car and went back home. And somebody asked you, was you driving? And you just said no. You know, so I'm just telling you, they're gonna get you again about that driving like that. Um, okay, so I'm through with that. Now, then, like when Tracy and Lemon got into it, you know, I told you guys that Tracy went over and made a laugh, which that's how she do. You know, she get into it. I can't get to the bottom of this. I'm going over here and make a goddamn laugh, and I'm finna cuss me some motherfuckers out. And Tracy did just that. Um, well, this is no. I'm like I said, I'm going from now to back then. What earlier, I think it was yesterday, kind of. Well, it was after she made the live when Lemon was live. This is the next live. She drug Krista and Krista and Janet on this live. And she been trying not to drag Krista, but you know, she got to it's to the goddamn, you know, she dragging Krista now. She said that she don't know why you keep on messing around with Lemon because she said Lemon called you ugly, Krista. And she said you look like Puppet Master. And she said you are a jealous woman and you are a disrespectful bitch. And Crystal, she said that you had a breakdown in the past. Now I don't know nothing about that. I'm just repeating what Teresa said. And she said that she don't think you can walk. And she said that you get a check from the state. And she said you'll never meet up with Lemon. You know, because you don't want to show your body. She said she don't think you'll pull up, meet up with nobody from YouTube. And she said that you probably douche with bleach. And she said, honey, before she was all behind you, she was for you and Lemon being together. She was Team Crystal. What she was. Because she was saying, I think they love each other and this and that. And I was saying, no, Lemon don't like her. Now, Lemon do like her on some of the things she do when she eats stuff. That turn him on. Or when she put things in her mouth, he like that. You know, because that calms him all the way down when Crystal do that, okay? Now, that's the kind of shit he like. But anything else about it, Crystal, he don't like that. Like spending time with her, or being on the phone with her, even being in the Discord. No. Now, the last time they made up, he did give her the Discord link, I think. But I haven't seen her in Discord. You know, I ain't seen her in there. I'm not saying she ain't in there. I ain't seen her in there. Let me see. And she said, Crystal, she said, your mama should have told you how to keep up with your body. She said she think you stink. Uh, She said, you a fat, non-walking ass bitch. And she said she can't remember how many times you done asked Lemon to suck his dick. She said that you are depressed, miserable, and you live in a cold apartment, so you stay cold all the time. It's old. And she said, good luck, bitch, chasing after Lemon, hitting all the links that he go on. Like if you go over the Bizarro, you hit the link. If you go over the, if if you go over the Lolos, you go over the, everywhere he go, you follow. That's what Teresa said. She say he play with you like you a play toy, Crystal. And she told Crystal to keep paying these niggas, ho. She said, Crystal, you ain't got no neck. And she said she tired of motherfuckers playing in her face. She said you're irrelevant. And she said you're only happy when Lemon dangling his nuts and balls over your head. And she said that you mad because Lemon, he said that he wanted to F her. You know, he wanted to F Tracy. And he said he wanted to eat her pussy. Now, I heard him say both of them things. He said he was going to do that when they met up in Vegas to Tracy. And Tracy kept saying, no, I don't look at you like that. But Lemon have been saying stuff like that ever since he invited her to Vegas. Okay? And then when you say something, no, we ain't going to do that. Well, you shouldn't be talking like that. And Crystal Teresa said she asked you, was it okay if she went, took that trip from Lemon? And you said you was fine with it. But she said now she see that you wasn't fine with it because you keep throwing it up. You keep throwing about him talking about eating her pussy, and you keep talking about her, him wanting to F her. She said you jealous. She said you a fat ass hermit and you need to go outside. And you said you a midget with a hard back. And she said she tired of seeing you in the candlelight. And you remember the other week Sassy said that you use a lantern child to get around in your house. Teresa, you need to turn some motherfucking lights on. Sassy said the same thing when y'all got into it. She said she bet your apartment smell like old folks and death. That's what she said, honey. Watch it from Cloud Nine keep calling her Crystal Wife. And she said that now you team ZX Crystal, and she said ZX have drug you from your rooter to your tutor. And he done drug that girl, he done drug her like a dog. Now when Crystal and Lemon ain't together, then he talk about Lemon. And when she started going back over to Lemon, then ZX started calling her all kind of old ass bitches. He talks about Crystal bad. And it's just insane. That's why I just watch these people. I ain't cool with none of them. Because like I said, you don't never know how close these people are. Because if you just observe shit, you see how flippy he is. You see what I'm saying? We hate each other today, but then we cool enough to go to Vegas. Nah. I ain't spending my money and my time going around these motherfuckers that don't like me. I'm not that desperate to be cool. I don't care what you don't take everything just because it's free. I ain't never did that. And then how these strangers be sleeping in the same room with these total strangers. I could be an ex-murderer. Y'all don't know me. I could be the craziest motherfucker that's, as soon as I got to Vegas, go one of them little shops, they have, because they got shops down there and everything in them. Buy me an old nasty knife or no nasty ice pick. And go Freaky Jason on there. In your room. And we all in here. 6 people that I don't know in here. And I'm in here, I'm scared. I got a Freaky Jason knife and a Freaky Jason ice pick, and I flip out and start stabbing people. I don't know these folks. I can't do this. So, um, and she said that she was sick of lemon. You know, uh, Teresa said Janet looked like she had been stumped in the face, and she said Janet looked like a corpse. And she said, Lemon, everybody told her this was gonna happen. You unmod her, and and all of that. It's some problem with everything. And Lemon, she said that she was sick of you. And she said that she used to plan on her trips with her ducks, you know. And you chose Ness over Tracy. Now I said that. And I said I smelled a rat as soon as this trip came up. These are my notes I made on what I've been on seeing. I think he chose Ness over Tracy. When this first came up, I smelled the rat before it came up. When I seen Talent talking about he think them should go to Nestcation and then all that shit. I smelled the rat a long time ago. And me can't be bothered, but me gonna watch this shit, okay? And then this is my opinion. She did read what back chat said, but everybody know that back chat is a troll. And I don't know why Lemon got so upset about what Tracy read. The chat rep said, back chat said, because back chat keeps turmoil going on YouTube. Chat rep be over there at the YouTube cameras in the morning, putting shit in the back chat, causing a goddamn a volcano to erupt. Back chat keep a lot of shit going, and which we like shit over here in the beef sector, and back chat doing their job. Back chat gonna keep on doing that, and back chat was happy to see this happen. Okay. And Tracy said that she didn't talk about Ness son, and she said that Lemon was a lying motherfucker. And she also said that she changed her trip, like whatever money Lemon sent, that she changed it to, I think it was the 19th through something, 23rd or something like that, of February. And she changed the trip where she won't be around seeing Lemon and Ness them. She changed it so she can go see Christy, Chesley Handler, and that is a comedian that Tracy say she liked. So what Tracy have done, now she said she was going in March the 7th through that Monday. She going to stay to that Monday. She invited Living My Best Life, because Living go to Vegas all the time, and her and Living is cool, and so they supposed to meet up in Vegas. Now Snoop hit Tracy panel the other day, and she asked Tracy when she was gonna be there, and that she might meet up with them. Okay. And Tracy said it's up and it's stuck between her and Lemon. It ain't no coming back. And she said he was a sick fucker, a cheap bastard. And she said she was fucking sick of it. And then she said how he treat Lolo is fucked up. And she called him a raggedy ass, a weird raggedy ass, lying motherfucking ass. And then, like I said, Lemon did say Tracy had to pay him back. And then Tracy also said that she didn't want to go to no goddamn Sacramento. And 7 Stars said that she was gonna get a sponsor to send Rob to Vegas to like beat up Lemon. And she said that Lemon, that bitch, it's the lifetime styles that you don't know. And you was talking about fucking her and living when he first brought that up, about sending you to Teresa to Vegas, living my best life told Teresa, because they talk on the phone, they cool. Living my best life told Teresa not to go. You don't need to go around them folk, you know. And uh, Teresa, when she left Lemons, when they got into it, she had said that she was going, her boo was coming over. And so because he was flying from wherever he lived at to Tracy. Well, Tracy, went off live to whatever with him. Audio said that Tracy used some of that $200 to send for her man at the airport. Now, how he found that out, Audio, you told a motherfucking lie. Because I heard Tracy goddamn lie. Bitch ass nigga. You trying to keep a whole bunch of shit going. And she also said that Lemon, he bit off more than he could chew. But I inviting all them people to the trip, because when they said something about $3,500, that's when he went crazy. Which I don't know how he didn't think it was going to cost like that when he had invited Tracy, Ness, Lolo, and Sassy, and he was saying that he was paying their way and stuff. Now that would have ate up that 3,500 easy for that and your lodging. Yeah, they did get along longer than I thought, you know. But I'm glad it happened now. That explode in Vegas. I'm glad it happened now, because they'll be cooled off by the time he take his trip, and by the time Teresa take her trip. And she said that back chat, like that Teresa said that you got, but I said that you got mad at her for no reason, because of back chat. You got mad at Teresa because of back chat, because she read what the back chat put back there, which back chat put a whole bunch of stuff back there. And she said that you want to listen to trolls, and you letting trolls run your channel, which a lot of people do. Read the stuff that the trolls say, and sometimes the trolls be talking about different people that's in the chat and on the panel. They do what they do, and you ought to be used to getting trolled by now. I think a person should be used to getting trolled. And this was the other day. Teresa said that she didn't want to drag Shaquem, and she didn't want to drag Krista. She said, I don't want to drag you, but I will. Because, see, I'm going backwards in time. Because at first Teresa said, I ain't going to drag nobody, but she did come on there and talk her shit. But, like, she wasn't, like, saying, like, dragging you, like dragging Crystal wigs and stuff. She wasn't doing that. But now, see, she done got to how Krista look, and she got to how Krista act, and she just started talking about Lemon, how he act. So now they doing the dragging. Okay? And she said that this was the third nigga that Lemon that she had been playing with her Uzi for. Now I don't know, but that's what she said about Crystal. And she said that what they got to do with Chill. And so I think she said that Chill drugged you 2 days ago. And she said that you do look ugly with that blue lipstick, Crystal. And that you do look like Ronald McDonald, that red wig on. She agreeing with Chris Lemon. And she said that braided wig that Lemon don't like, it is a. And then Crystal was asking Lolo the other night at Lemons that did he see her production. That is the video that she made showing off Heidi's makeup. And Lemon, I think he said no. Well, she said for Lolo to pull it up. And Lemon said, you can go on and pull it up. He didn't really want to see it. And Crystal thought he was gonna play the whole thing. Girl, Lemon had her the red ball, and it was red ball stopped. And he said, start it up again. Then Lolo started. As soon as she started, stop it. Then he red ball again. Child, with Crystal, he play it out in your face. He make you like a damn fool. But he like I said, for 2 days he done called her ugly. He done drug her nigga. He done told her nigga in his face that he drug him. Lemon, you been acting a goddamn fool. Do you hear me? Brian have been dragging Duchess. And you know Duchess is supposed to be going to Nescation. And Brian say that's supposed to be Nest special guest. And Duchess, Brian say he dare you to fuck around and come to whatever Nest them having with the Halloween costume. He say he double dog dare you to come as the ghost of chicken salad. He said if you want, him to get mad, he said he get mad when he think about it. But he said you walk your black ass up in that, I guess y'all supposed to be having a costume party or something. If you come in that building, wherever Brian is, wherever this is, as the ghost of chicken salad pass, he said he don't know what he gonna do. He probably gonna black out. And he said that he talked to himself and he answered himself. He said that he heard that, y'all be saying he's schizophrenic. He said he have not been diagnosed as schizophrenic. He said that he heard that when you talk to yourself and you answer yourself, you crazy. He said that he ain't got no problem with that, but he said he ain't been diagnosed as crazy. So he said he don't know what he would do. And he was clapping his hands, y'all, and his sound like a pistol going off. When he was clapping his hands, he was clapping his hands hard, and it sounded like a damn pistol. Okay? And I was saying, damn. He said, you don't know when people get to their breaking point. And he said, some people be with the shit. He said, but some people don't be with the shit. Okay? What else he say? And like I said, he said that they call him crazy. Y'all call him crazy. And he said, yeah, he probably is, And he said that Duchess, he said you look like a circumcised dick. Because your head bald. And he said that he'll go to jail for you, Duchess. If you come up around him dressed like that chicken salad, ghost of chicken salad pass, like you did over there at next Halloween party the other year, he said he triple double dare you to bring your ass there with that on. And he said that if you do come, he gonna sit just right next to you. And he said you ain't gonna do shit, Duchess. That's what he said. I'm through with the beef sector. Now I'm going to the Mo 3 sector, child. It's been a goddamn mess over there. Let me find. Let me get this. Wait a minute. Now, it's been on and popping over there in the Mo 3 beef sector, child. It's been ugly. Okay? And everybody is dragging each other over there. They acting a goddamn fool, and it's around the motherfucking clock. Some of them people ain't missing no, they missing sleep because they trying to catch each other on different panels. And Josh and the Duck got into it, and they drug each other for 24 motherfucking hours, y'all. Every live one of them will go to, the other one will go, and they were dragged. They were dragging each other all over the Mo 3 sector. And them niggas drug each other for 24 hours or more. You know, whatever needs to be said, if it didn't get said in 24 hours, that y'all need to leave that shit alone. And the way this shit popped off was Broadway was live the other night. 88, it was different people on the panel. You know, Broadway always have people over there. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Wait. Okay. Trying to. Oh yeah, let me try to find Broadway. Because I think this is where everything's started. Let me pull it up. Yeah. I might have erased it. And I might have to just wing it. But I know how to wing it. Let me see. Well, let me just tell you, because for some reason, I can't find it. Well, you know, Jackie and Mink and all of them, you know, they've been having the strike wars, okay? Well, one night, a couple of nights ago, it was 88 Daddy's birthday, and his name is Farrago. And he was drunk, okay? He was real drunk. And he was like, if somebody would come on the panel, he would say, "Oh, you down with Jackie?" And the people would say, "No, I ain't." Well, he did that to Duck, but it was different people he had approached like that. Okay, Farrago, where he approached Duck like that because Farrago had been up there a long time, drunk and talking to 357, and they were just shooting the shit. And then Duck hit the link, and you know Broadway is Duck's brother. Well, when Duck hit the link, Farrago started asking him about something about Jackie, and Duck was saying, "I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about Jackie or nothing else." And Farrago would let it drop, but then he would bring it back up, and then they would change words, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, so then they started talking about. Like Farrago was talking about, you done went to Texas and you didn't get no ussy. Because they say when Duck went to Texas, he didn't get no ussy. Now, I don't know if he did. I don't know if he didn't. I don't give a fuck. But Farrago was saying stuff like that. And so then Duck started talking about Farrago, and then he was talking about 88 and CB, which they are Farrago's daughter. Well, when he brought up CB name to Farrago, Josh was in the chat, and Josh and CB used to date. And Josh told him, "Hey, lay off of CB." Okay, now he Duck up there scratching with the daddy. Now Josh put down in the chat, putting on there, "You didn't need to be saying nothing about CB." And Duck was saying, "I talk about who the fuck I want to talk about, and she his goddamn daughter. And I'm dragging him. I'm going to talk about CB when I want to talk about CB." Well, okay. That got kind of died down. And Farrago and Duck just kept on. It was getting worse and worse. Well, after Broadway went off, they wound up over at Candy's. I mean, their channels. I didn't know that because, see, after Broadway, it was so lit over there. And the Mo 3 sector had been so lit, I shut my shit down and went to sleep because I knew it was going to be a hell of a I knew that everything was not, it was too much going on. So I said, if I don't go to sleep right now, get me a good sleep, just log off everything and just relax and get back to the real world. And plus, I got a new great grandbaby and all that kind of shit. So I said, let me get off this motherfucker. So I was off here about 10 hours. Well, when I logged back on, come to find out when they went over China's, Josh and Duck met up over there. And them motherfuckers drug each other for hours. Now, Duck already done been with Farrago dragging for hours. Now him and Josh over at China's dragging. And see, I missed that. But when I went to Mahaya's, I think Mahaya the one played it. Played where I could hear what they said on their drags, okay? So I caught up with that. But then I went somewhere else. Now I'm just talking about this is how my day started. And then like yesterday when I woke up, I found out about Big Lack dragging the captain. And the reason he drug the captain is because the captain did a live, and I was there. He was saying that Black Woman, which is Pretty Trucker, that he would put up his hoes against Pretty Trucker and all of this kind of shit. And not, like I said, I've been asking before, hey, is Black and Captain into? No, they all right and stuff. And then I would see them on the panel, and they would seem to be all right. But I'm still thinking in my head, these two niggas don't really like each other because I'm seeing other actions when they not on the side, on Lag panel, or I'm not on Duck panel. Out in these streets, this being other shit being said, and these niggas putting lives up about each other, saying smart shit. Well, let me tell you this. The captain had said all he had to say over there on his live the other day. But child, Lack went live. And I missed the live, but I was over at Jackie's, and Jackie said, ask Lack, could she play his live? And because she heard how bad it was. And Lex said, you can play it. Okay. Now, this is what Lex said. He went dark, 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 dark. Okay. Let me pull it up. Oh my God, it was awful. I'm trying to get it. It was awful, yeah. I want to read to y'all what he said, word for goddamn word. Let me find it. How the hell am I losing this shit? Okay, wait a minute. Let's still be second stuff. Let's be second. Wait a minute. Okay. It's SD stuff. Yeah. That's SD there. Okay. Okay. Big Lack. This what he said. He told Captain, now this is what Lack was saying on his live, and he was drinking too. Crown and Red Bull or something. You can hear her taking big gulps. And he said that he wanted the captain to know that he was gonna pee on his granddaddy's grave. He would say he was gonna piss on it. And he said, "Can't none of Captain women stand up against Pretty Trucker." And he said that he wanted Captain to come home. He said because Captain said he was gonna slap Lack and he was gonna slap Pretty Trucker. I missed that part of it. But he told him to bring his retarded wife when he come home, and he said that he ain't gonna do like Ratchet did. Like Ratchet had pulled the gun on the captain. He said he wasn't gonna do that. He said, but when he get through with the captain, that he was gonna have shirts made. You know how some people pass in their family, they have in memory of them shirts. He said that it was gonna be some shirts made when he got through with doing what he was gonna do to the captain. He said that he would slap his dick on his granddaddy grave, and he said that he would slap it on his tombstone. And he said among he would do that among other things. He said he was gonna piss and jack off on his granddaddy's headstone and grave. He said if he want his $300 to come get his $300, he'll give it to him. He said he want to show him what he's gonna do to him. He said he was gonna violate everything about him until he get him so mad that he have to come home to Texas. He was asking people in the chat put his granddaddy's name and the name of his church. And he said he was gonna show you how to slap somebody. He said for Captain, that you and your bitch need to come back to Cowtown, nigga. And he said he was gonna look around and see if your grandmama still living in the house that she live in. He said, what is it gonna take for him to get you to come back to Texas? He'll buy you a flight. He'll buy you a bus ticket. He said he hope your grandmama get the syphilis. He said your granddad and your grandmama was effing y'all animals. And he said, I don't start no shit. I try to be on chill. But y'all ain't gonna keep saying stuff to me. And I don't say nothing and I be nice. He said he wasn't taking that shit no more. He said y'all wanted him to act like a fool, he gonna act like a fool. And he said for the people in his chat, if they didn't like what he was saying, they need to get the fuck out of his chat. And he said if they wasn't on his side, get out of his chat. He said go find somewhere else to go. And then, child, somebody sent his granddaddy name in. And Lex started calling that man name. And then he said, okay, now I got the name. Now I need to know the name of the church that he pastored. They said the name of the church, and then he started calling out the name of the church name. Then he wanted the cemetery where the granddaddy buried it. He read the obituary. And he said he was gonna piss on his grave. And like he said, he'll buy his bus ticket. And then he said he might even shit on his grave if he have to. He said he was gonna, when he go to the graveyard, he was gonna take him a half gallon of Crown and Red Bull, and he was gonna sit on the granddaddy's grave and try to have a talk with him. He was gonna tell him what you've been doing. And he said your granddaddy gonna probably say, man, he a fuck nigga. Do what you gotta do. Uh, he said he just forget about him trying to get along with people, trying to get along with people just to, be on here and try to act cool. He said he ain't doing that no goddamn law. He said now he giving y'all what y'all want. Y'all want to see this? He gonna give it to you. And he said he sit and watch people do whole shit on here all day, and he don't be in the stuff. He said, but when I fire back, then it's a problem. He said he try to chill, he try to be cool, and he said when he be on the panel like at captains, he say the captain be trying to suck his dick to the bone. And he say if he haven't been cool with you before now, like the day he going out, don't fuck with him. Don't come around here. He weeding people out that he with right now. He weeding them motherfuckers out. He booting them out of his life. And he don't want no new friends, no new people hanging around him. Period. He said he'd be fine over there with his small crowd. He said because they get along with each other good over here. He want to keep it chill, you know. And he said he want to talk to his granddaddy when he do to, at the grave. He gonna tell him his grandson is a punk. He gay. And he say hell yeah, he was on that Crown and Red Bull. And he say that he say he try not to do that gangster shit no more. But he say he kind of like it. It was making his thing hard. He said fuck Captain, fuck his grandparents, fuck the women that you gave STDs to. He said he gonna shit on your granddaddy grave. And then Jackie was saying because she was who was playing the he took it out private and let Jackie play it. And he said Jackie was saying, "Oh, this is bad, y'all. Oh, this is bad." And then she would start playing it again, and he said that the cap that he was gonna piss on the granddaddy church steps. He said and Captain be riding around bouncing on that horse on Skip all day because he used to do videos uh on the horse and all of that and training horses. And he said he liked to ride on him, uh, you know, bouncing on that horse. The captain like how they feel. Uh, and he said that Captain, you've been starting shit ever since he had that being contest over there. Putting shit on your community wall, making lives and stuff, and then when he asks you about it, Captain, you say everything's fine. He said, but he be goddamn if he let you get away with talking about slapping him and slapping and putting your hands on pretty trucker girl. You know, that's his lady. And he say that, Captain, you gonna fuck around and not get to see your retarded wife again. He say she's special need and you know you got a retarded wife. And she say that she keep you around, because she just want to have a man around. And she desperate that she got to keep a man that give her BD and shit. He say that horse that you was driving around bouncing on, he say that the horse is malnourished. And then he said the candidate thought that she had caught BD from you. And he talked about Anella too, because that's another one of Captain Women. And the captain said the other week that he had stumped his toe. And he said, nigga, you know you ain't got no stumped toe. You got gangrene. You got a bacterial infection. And he said when you went to see a woman, you had to sleep outside because she didn't have nowhere to live. And y'all was sleeping outside. It was hot. And he said that y'all was he said the nerve of you talking about like pretty trucker when you messing with these ugly ass nasty ass hoes. He said you was fucking on cardboard boxes behind Walmart and sleeping behind Walmart. Now wasn't that a goddamn lot? Well informed one. He went crazy, didn't he? Okay, now this is the captain. Now this before Lack went live. I was over at the captain's. And Woo, OG Bobby Johnson, 88, Mink, Royalty, SD, Mal One, Trig, George, CB, and Josh. Now this was last night. DG and Gina got into it, and no, OG Bobby Johnson got into it with Gina and Royalty. And then somewhere in the lab, because I was late getting in there, because I had been other places. And when I got in there, everybody was in their cars going to meet up. 88 was in her car, and she was on her way to pick up Trig. And Trig and Michael Jordan fans are the worst. I don't know nothing about that. Uh, 88 was in her car going to meet up the whoop SD and some woman, I guess. The DG was in his car saying he was headed to Texas, and he lives in St. Louis, and he was pointing, showing he was in his car headed to Dallas. SD was in his vehicle saying that they need to come to like some projects in Texas, which 88 didn't knew what he was talking about. It was called T something. Let me see. It's called TMA. Now SD when he went live, like he was in his vehicle, he said, "Oh, I'm over there by TMA right now. I'm pulling up in there." So he showed, pulling up in there, and I was saying, "Damn, what's going on?" So I came over here and I did a short live, letting everybody know and dropping the link where to go. You need to get over here to Captain because these niggas finna look like everybody pulling up. As many people in their cars trying to get to where they going. Somebody ought to be bumping into each other. Well, when Trig them got there, and SD, when he was on the lab, he had dropped down, but he said he was there, showing he was there. He was pulling in. And then it showed Trig in 88. They was like a couple of blocks away, but they was on their way and they was pulling in. And they pulled in and they said they was in the Domino's parking lot. And then 88, they was telling SD to pop out. We don't see you. Then they drove through the projects, that TMA place, and then Trig got out of the car. And they parked. And Trig say he left his pow in the car. He said, "We just gonna throw hands, man. I'm just gonna kick your ass real quick. Come on." And so he walking up and down the street in that TMA place looking for SD, which SD said he was there earlier. Well, honey, he ain't seen SD no damn where. So he walked back up to the vehicle and got in, and then he told 88 to ride through there again. Just ride through there, because I don't walk through there. You ride through there, and let's see if we see him. So when they pulled out away from there, after they rode through there, then 88 was going the wrong way, so he had her to go back the right way. And he told her to ride through there again. He said, because sometimes people will see you leave and they'll pop out. He said, I want to go through there again just to see if I see the nigga. Well, he didn't see him. And so, because they was on 88, I mean, they was on the captain panel, but then they fell off, and they fell off because 88, her phone dropped. And so then Trig went live. And I found out he went live. He did like a 20-minute live. And on his live, he was showing them riding around, him in 88. He was showing him walking around that projects. And he also was showing them riding around, looking for him again. And then he showed where 88 picked him up at and where he was at. He's in a motorcycle gang. He hang around motorcycle gang people. He got dropped off back where he was at. And he showed himself walking back up to where he was at with the motorcycle guys and ladies. And then he was walking through there, letting this is where he was at. Because he don't really do YouTube anymore, because he's an undertaker, so he have to do bodies and stuff. His family on a funeral home, so he'd be too busy for YouTube. He said he only popped out because 88 needed him to deal with SD, and SD is scared of Trig. Well, 88, after Trig went off live, then SD popped out. And he was laughing and stuff, talking about he had been there, but everybody was saying, hey man, Trig them, they was down there 20 minutes. You wasn't nowhere to be found. Well, SD do that. He'll tell people to pull up, and when they pull up, he ain't nowhere to be found. So he pulled that damn play again last night. Okay, this is a live that Big Lack did before that live that he went dark on. On this live, it was a couple of days ago. No, this was last night, because he had BZ up there, New Era King, CB, and Josh. Now, see, Josh had made CB, she was on, I think she was on the captain's link, and Josh hit the link, and he made her get down. He said, before you make a fool out of yourself, or before you start tripping with me, because I already let you get away with some shit tonight, so you need to settle down, and you need to get down. Well, she got down, but she went over to Big Lax. And I stayed at the end of the captain's live, and I seen in the chat, because I had been doing other things, but I still had my chat on that live where it was still going. And somebody put in the chat that CB was over at Lax acting a fool. So I took my black ass over there after I read that, because the live had went off. But some people still chat after the live go off. And so I sit over there, and I seen CB them run her ass over there to Big Lax. So I ran my big ass over there. So I went over to Big Lax, and CB was up there, and she was talking about her HIV. And I am sick of hearing her talk about that when she get drunk. Everybody grown. We all know how to get it. We know how to not get it. They teach you that in school. But now she want to be advocate, and that's what she want to talk about everywhere she go. And then she want to talk about Big Baby, because her and Big Baby got into it somewhere. So she want to be on the panels talking about Big Baby right now. And Big Baby just don't like CB. And CB, I don't know why you trying to be her friend. She don't like you. You may as well drag her, because you're dragging her anyway. And just y'all just stay away from each other. I say the same thing about Big Baby. Because Big Baby ain't looking for you, CB. She don't be coming looking for you. When you see Big Baby, you go at her and just leave her alone, because you sick too. You got HIV. You say your numbers are good, but you don't need this bullshit to throw your numbers out. And you say you be tired more now. I guess it's like sinking in on your body, and I'm sure your diet has changed. A lot of shit is going on with you right now, and I really don't think that you need stress. But do what you want to do. You grown. BZ was there, And Beezy and New Era King was into it because she was New Era King was talking about she F punks and all of this because of the stuff that went on with SD. And Beezy's supposed to be dating SD. But y'all know that video came out when Jade busted him out. We're gonna get to that. But all that shit came out. And she was calling him a faggot, calling New Era King a faggot, and that you stank, and he was nasty. And she said he was so stank that the lady wouldn't give him head, which is Janet. Because Janet did talk about when she went to see him in California that he had body odor and a dirty car and all of that. Okay, and that he got Beezy said that he was mad at SD because when SD would laugh, he tried to hit his link and he wouldn't let New Era King up there. And she called him a sissified MFer. And she kept telling him, he started telling her to shut up, talking to him. And that she had he called her a dirty pussy hooker. And they were saying that New Era King was gay as fuck. And then she was calling him a faggot, and he said that she had lupus, and so he started dragging her because she had lupus. And that's about what went on over there. I went by TT's, and she had DG Mink, and so they was discussing what went on, all that shit that went on yesterday. Now I'm getting ready to go to Jade. I'm talking about what happened with Jade. Okay, just a minute. And when everybody was over at Lax, Jade went over there too, and she was still talking about SD, because they used to date. And Jade and SD been into it because he drug her the other night and drug her daddy and stuff. Well, Jade come up with this video showing the stuff that she found in his phone, message that he was talking to this gay guy, and they were supposed to meet up. She also showed a video of her picking him up at some man house. He was doing his she did a the ride of shame with him and was asking him why was he effing men and all that kind of stuff. And it was just bad, okay? And then, like I say, you seen a naked booty, and it was a man, it wasn't no woman, on their knees offering themselves to SD. Well, I said about how people are going to sides that we think don't like each other. OG Bobby Johnson is one of those people. He jumped out. He's on SD side. He's saying, how do we know that there was SD phone? He was saying all that kind of shit. And it's not just him. It's some of the women are saying that. Like, it's a setup. It ain't real. But you see in the man face, you see it SD, and you see his mouth moving, talking when she picked him up at that tranny's house. So I don't get the shit. OG Bobby Johnson, why is you saying that wasn't SD shit? I don't get it. Now Jay say she got some more shit to drop. She said she was sick of SD. She don't want to have nothing to do with him, but he keep running her name, and that's why she went live and showed that shit the other day. And it stayed up for hours. Everybody on YouTube was talking about it. Well, everybody was looking for SD. And he finally popped out, and I can't think of who live it was on that he popped out on. But he popped out, and then he went live. And he was supposed to be going to drag the shit out of Jay and show a lot of stuff, do an expose on her. He didn't show shit, y'all. He stayed on for hours. All he did was saying what he Jade was a thief. Jade was this. How we know Jade did all them things? You ain't dropped no receipts. She dropped some shit on you, but you ain't dropped nothing on her. All you doing is talking about her. And another thing that we all know. Now, when he was live, he was switched from Dragon Jade to this other lady. And he was mad at Sin City because this other lady gave Sin some shit to show on her channel from SD. Whoever the person is that gave Sin City the stuff, they are supposed to be a lesbian. And SD say, man, I told y'all them lesbians be liking dick. So he F lesbians and he F trannies, okay? And this lady that's the lesbian and gave Sin City some shit on SD. And he was upset about that. He said, I know you gave it to her because you don't want to have that. Now, the only thing that I've seen out here on the streets that I hadn't seen before, another thing, is him laying on somebody's bed. And he got a do-rag on. But see, I don't know what the whole story is because whatever Sin City put out, it's not up. It's not on her wall and it's not on her channel because I redballed her live. I didn't see anything. And on this person that was exposed him over there at Sin Cities, he told that person they better clean this shit up. They ain't shit for releasing that. Let me see what that. Wait a minute. So I want to make sure I get this right. What SD said, which wasn't a whole lot. He was just up there flapping his damn gums, okay? Because he was having people come up on the panel that was talking about Jade. SD was on the panel. OG Bobby Johnson, Big Baby, It's Paris, Ratchet, 357, GG, Sweet Pea, Joe, Gina. Them the people that was on SD panel, and all them people actually acting like they was bleed SD. Well, when SD, after he had talked about Jade for like hours, then he put Purple Rain on. And like when he put Purple Rain on, that's supposed to make him flame up. But boy, you be in your goddamn high heel. You ain't flaming nothing up, but your ass being tooted up in the air. Cause you a punk. This shit I seen Jay over there, Jay's. Well, he had Purple Rain going on, and he started hollering and fussing. And he said he ain't gonna hurt her. And see, I thought he was talking about Jay. And he said, you a fake ass hoe. And bitch, fuck you. And then he was talking about something about McKinney. And I guess it's a McKinney, Texas. And he said that I'm going to bring so much drama to you. So whoever this person is, he was going to bring a whole bunch of drama to them if they just straighten this shit up. And then he was saying, he told them they was gay or some shit like that. I was saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, he talking about the Jade. No, I'm still thinking he was talking to Jay. He said that he ain't effed them in 2 or 3 years. Why are you putting out this shit out, stupid bitch? Fuck you. And you are the only reason. Wait a minute. You know, he was calling the person ugly. And then he say, blame it on the bitch from New Orleans. That's in city he was talking about. And he say, bitch, you duck and hide. Bitch, you stupid. Bitch, I'm going to see your ass. And what was the fuck was that, that you gave out? And fuck you for being fake. I effed you 2 years ago and drunk your liquor. So that's when I figured he would switch to another person. Instead of Jade, he was dragging anymore. He was dragging this other person from giving CNC some more shit that got dropped on him. He said, I can't be mad. And he said that he can't be mad because he was messing with her, this other person that's supposed to be a lesbian, when he was with Jade. So that's when I figured out, no, he's not talking about Jade. He's talking about another bitch. And then he starts talking about, I'm with a man. Bitch, you been saying you been with a man. You say, boy, you say you like boy pussy better than woman pussy. And he say, clean that shit up, bitch. I'll kill you. You and your partners. And you the only one that had that picture. And he say he made you suck his dick. Stop lying. Saying you a good hoe. And he started saying to the people in the crowd, yeah, I bet y'all ain't never seen Jade, but y'all seen me. Which I don't think I've seen Jade. I did see her on 357 because she had her panties on her head when she was with her man, because they was riding around and all that kind of stuff. She was kicking it, honey, for a while, but now she with her that man, and she don't be doing that no more. But it was a damn mess. Now, 357, Big Baby Ratchet was into it with Stop Lying TV. He wound up over there at SD's. When, after the expose, him getting exposed by Jade, then when SD went live, all them went over there. And he said, I told everybody that these lesbians like dick. So the one that he messing around with that's supposed to be a lesbian, she like dick. And he said he think all lesbians like dick. I don't believe that, but that's what he believed. And then Beezy was putting in the chat that she was out this shit. I ain't messing with him no more. But he was saying, baby, you know everything good. You the only one I'm seeing. And he was saying, I'm gonna call you and stuff. And Broadway then was kind of messing with him. And then he left alive and he went and talked to Beezy. Trying to get her back and stuff. And maybe she'll go back with him. I don't know. And he was saying that Jade was jealous of Beezy. And Jade was saying, I ain't scared of no Beezy. She got leukemia. Well, actually, she don't have leukemia. She had lupus. And the way I found out she had lupus is because I was on the live earlier and she said, I have lupus. Because New Era King was dragging her about her illness. And she said, I have lupus and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do with this disease. And why you dragging me about having lupus? And then I said to myself, oh, Jay, she don't have leukemia. She got lupus. And then Gigi was up there too. And they were just having fun, but Gigi is all team SD. And they was going like memory lane and stuff. And then Gigi asked Broadway, hey, somebody said that you be on the phone. You used to be on the phone every night. On the phone with this lady. asking to eat they pussy. And Broadway said he asked he asked, he asked Gigi, well, did I eat it? And Ratchet, they were just joking around on each other. Ratchet said he would that Broadway was asking to eat it every day. And Broadway say, you know I ain't gonna be on the phone with no bitch every night. You got the wrong one. They had me laughing because it went. I enjoyed that back and forth they was doing. Uh, and then SD was also saying on Jade that he couldn't believe that she put his children up there. He said he could do the same thing to her. He said, but he ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing you like that, Jade. I don't know how come you being that low down to me. You know. He called her a retarded bitch. And then none of them niggas that she messed with F with her. He said that he just saved her from going to jail. And he said, bitch, you got your job through him. And he said, you showed, wait a minute. He said that she didn't want nobody messing with him. He said he didn't give a fuck. You know. And then he said that everybody act like they ain't never seen no booty hole. And he said he got a video of her of Jay pissing outside. Now SD, I don't think nobody got no picture of me peeing outside, but I have pissed outside. If I got to pee real bad, and I got ain't no bathroom nowhere close around, I'm gonna pull the goddamn car, but I'm gonna piss because I ain't gonna piss on myself. But he said that he have video Jay peeing and talking about her cuckoo hurt when she pee. And he said that he have videos of her doing that. And he said he kept saying throughout the live that he was gonna. I ain't putting out nothing right now. I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna make a movie. Cause people saying you ain't dropped shit. Is that you just talking shit? Now I'm gonna tell you this here. I have heard both of them saying that each other had herpes. Now the way I feel about this thing, even though you might not give no, intercourse, if you sucking on each other and got that shit, you gonna get that shit downstairs. It ain't gonna just be in your mouth. They call the herpes in the mouth one thing, they call the herpes in the cuckoo and the ding ding something else. Medically, uh, even the cold sores are a form of herpes. A lot of people don't know that, but cold sores are, you can't get healed up from them. If you ever get a cold sore virus, you're prone to have breakouts because you can't get rid of that because it's a form of herpes and there's no cure for herpes. You can get medication to quieten it down where you don't have outbreaks as often, but you still can have outbreaks and there's no cure for that. It is what it is. And I seen both of y'all accuse each other of having herpes. I've heard y'all come on here and say you have herpes. So and anybody y'all mess with can get herpes. It comes from skin to skin contact. If you got it in your mouth and you suck my titty, I can get it on my titty. If you got it in your mouth and you eat my coochie, I can get it in my coochie. If you got it on your wee wee and I suck your wee wee, I can get it in my mouth. If you put your wee wee in my coochie, I can get it in my coochie. Now that's how you get herpes. That's it, and that's all. But it's a lot of diseases out here that there's no cure for. There's no cure for HIV. They have pills for HIV. And they have shots. I've seen shots on TV. You be in remission, like when you have cancer, you don't get over cancer. You just go into remission. That's the same thing with herpes. That's the same thing with HIV. AIDS, there's no cure for. They can slow the shit down from killing you, but it's gonna kill you sooner or later. But there's no other, there's no cure for it. Herpes, HIV, people used to die from HIV. A whole lot of people used to die from HIV. It's not like that no more. They have medication for you. And there's people that used to die, a whole bunch of people used to die from AIDS. They don't die like that no more. Like back in the 80s, no. They ain't dying like that from HIV and AIDS anymore. Because they have medication to slow the shit down. To put it in on freeze for a little while. And they got medicine like with HIV, they say you ain't got it. But you actually still have it. You just can't give I can't give it to you right now. That's what they say. But with me, I don't want to mess around with nobody got HIV. I ain't got it. And I don't want it. But if you're in remission, that's good. But I think you should tell a person before you sleep with them if you got some of that kind of shit. Any of that shit. It's not your right to do me like that. Just give me a choice. Let me at least tell me so I'll know if I want to do this or not. That's just as simple as that. Let me know if you got herpes in the mouth or in your coochie. Give me a choice if I want to do this. If it's any other way, I feel you're forcing me to do something I don't want to do. Give me a choice. It's more women than men out there. I ain't the only one. Go get you another one. Plenty of fish in the sea. Okay? I got off track again, TC. But I'm just taking my time talking to you guys because I know I had a whole bunch to talk about. And over at damn, these people were saying crazy shit to each other. Okay, I was over at Mysterious. Wait a minute. Oh, I was at Big Babies. Josh and Duck was over there. China, Jackie, T Topics. Josh and Duck. They got the dragon again. I told y'all they drug each other over 24 hours. And this is one of the places where they hooked up. And Josh was saying, "Nigga, you live with your grandmama." And Duck told Josh, "Nigga, you took CB back after another man gave her HIV. And you live with your sister. And you say a plasma." And he say, "You want to fuck a HIV pussy? And you want to suck a HIV pussy?" And then one of them was dragging, who was dragging? Josh was dragging Big Baby, I think. And he told her she had on a thong bikini that time that she went swimming with 88. Remember, she sit on that chair and it broke. You remember she had that swimsuit on that had the up in her butt that had the thong, and he called it a thong bikini. And I fell out. Do you hear me? And he told No, 88. I mean, Big Baby told her that he told Josh that he just quit showing out for that HIV pussy. And uh, Josh 80 Duck told Josh, "I'm gonna put your daddy up here." And he said, "You put my daddy up there, you gonna see what I'm gonna do." That's what Josh told him. He said, "I'm gonna show you." And then Duck said, "You ain't gonna do nothing." And he said, Josh told Duck, "Your baby mama said you ain't shit." And Josh told Duck that his baby mama is a white meth head and a white crackhead. And Duck told Josh that come by CB, that sick ass bitch can't produce, like produce no kids. And Josh told Duck, "I'm having fun slapping you around." Okay, now that went on. So Big Baby is into it with Josh. Big Baby is into it with CB. CB is into it with Big Baby, and CB, who else he into it with? I think Duck. Josh is into it with Duck and Big Baby. And Duck into it with Ferraro, which is 88 Daddy. So it's a lot of people over there into it with, it's they've been throwing down over there in the Mo 3 sector. It has been on and popping. Now I think this morning they was a little settled, but I don't believe it's gonna stay settled long. That's why I went to sleep last night. Another reason, when I do my long sleep a long time, I do that because I think later on it's gonna be popping, okay? Because like it's like 6:30 now. Ain't no telling what we missed since I've been live, but I just wanted to catch you guys up on what I had seen out here. Let me see. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, and so another thing Big Lex said that he was gonna do, he said that when he was driving to go drive to the graveyard, he said he gonna drink a whole lot of water on the way. So he'll have plenty. He said he'll go drink a whole lot of water going to the graveyard. So he'll have plenty pee. And he said that if it's anybody buried, like anybody that's akin to the grandfather buried close to him, he gonna pee all on their grave. He said you better hope they got him, your grandpa, buried not in the family pot but somewhere else, child. Told y'all, oh, they was going arm and hammer. Do you hear me? Because I see that was something I missed in the note. He also threatened to burn up the farm. It's crazy, y'all. It was crazy. That's why he took it down, because they were gonna strike the shit out of him. But he did let Jackie play it on her channel. Now I don't know if she still got that live up, because you know how they take lives down. And he took it out the vault just to let Jackie play it, and he locked it back down, child. On TT's this morning, they was talking about everything that's going on the YouTube streets. And TT, I think she was busy doing something, because Mink was up there and DG was up there, and they was running the show. So indeed, but TT, she was around like in the clouds, able to look in every once in a while, I guess, because like when I dropped down and spoke, she spoke. But then I noticed as the live was going on, she wasn't saying nothing on the panel, but she was communicating, because when every time I put something in the chat, she would answer it. So she was there, but she was like not on the panel because sometimes these people be at work. Sometimes they be driving somewhere, you know, and they just have their YouTube going. Sometimes they be at football game. Sometimes they be on the mall. You know, they doing other things a lot of times on these lives, even though they content creator and they showing they up there, or sometimes they show they not up there. It's because they other places doing other things. You know. So if you kind of new to YouTube, I'm just letting you know that do happen on here. And they live can still go on. Like sometimes Lemon stay gone off his live for hours. But whoever on the panel, they just keep the live going and they just keep talking and engaging with each other and engaging in the chat. It could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. Because like a content creator, you can leave your channel, somebody could P-bomb you. Somebody that you left up on your panel, they can get into it with somebody and get so mad, P-bomb you. And I've seen that happen. And sometimes they catch them P-bomb, but sometimes they don't. And if they ain't paying attention, if they go away from their phone or their computer and they trust this person, I've seen people put the phone between their legs and P-bomb for like 30 minutes with their coochie. Cause the panel holder done gone and doing something else and left their live unattended. So you really got to trust a person if you're going to leave them up there, because ain't no way to put them down. And that's the problem. But, honey, I wouldn't trust nobody like that. Or if I have somebody up here, I just have one person up on the panel. Hey, the Universal Galaxy. Baby, we don't talk about sports over here very much, child. He talking about teams and stuff. I ain't going to talk about that. But y'all, he talks to Crystal so bad, he done got to where he calling her ugly. And I don't like that. But it ain't nothing I can do. If she like it, I got to love it. If it's good to her, it'll be great to me. Well, I'm not going to I don't let men talk to me like that in my real life. And I'd be fucking damn if I let one do me like that. For me just to sit on their panel and they do me like that, ain't nowhere in the world. I ain't going to stay up there and just, I'll drop down because you can drop down. Let me see if that's everything. Yeah, I got through my, here's some more people that drug each other. Jay drug Gigi because Gigi have been on SD side. But Gigi and Jade used to be cool. But see, they're not cool right now. So Gigi, whatever information that Jade have told her and the receipts that she's shown her, Gigi ain't going to help her at all. And so now Jade and Gigi into it. And Jade was saying Gigi used to live in a motel. And she said she ain't never been a junkie. And she said that Gigi was a dick rider. And she said she ain't never came on here looking like a hot mess. And she said she did work at Denny's, but she was 17 at the time. And she said she wasn't cooking, and she was like hosting, like going to the table, I guess, to get your order. And that's a normal job for a 17-year-old. And then she said SD ain't never helped her get no damn job because he was calling her illiterate and all that kind of stuff when he was dragging her the other day. She can't be illiterate if she's working at like an insurance company, doing things like that. You have to know how to read, especially in the computer age, If you go, because you do a lot when you work, some type of places you work at, you got to do a lot of typing. Like when you're selling insurance stuff, I know you got to do a lot of typing. But it's a lot of places, if we work at a call center, it's a lot of places working in an office. You've got to know how to read. And so I believe the girl can read. Um, and she said that the way that she wound up letting SD come back to her one of the times, because she had moved like to Vegas or somewhere with a guy. And she said that the way SD found out that she was moving is because K Kira was a friend on Instagram, and she seen her loading up, I guess, a U-Haul, and then K Kira told SD, and so SD started having K Kira to contact Jade, because Jade had him blocked, but K Kira would contact Jade, and he would talk to Jade like that. And so while they was talking, I think she had moved back to Texas. She moved to Vegas and then she moved back to Texas. But when she went back to Texas, she lived in Plano. And she said that when SD, she finally unblocked him, and then he was crying to her, telling her how bad it was living over, and stuff. And he was saying he was in a shelter. And then she said he come to find out he was staying with his wife and his children, but his wife would make him sleep in a closet. And he was saying he wasn't being house, he was tired of sleeping in the closet, and that he wasn't eating real good. And so she said that she let him come on back and move in. And she said that she fed and she clothed and she housed him for a long time. She said that a lot of that stuff that SDB acting like he don't have. She said he don't have a vehicle now. He riding his mama car. Uh, you know, but he said different things. Let me see. She said that reason that she went live the other day is because she tired of SD running her name, and like if she coming to chat and he on the panel, he cusses her out, and she tired of that. Now a lot of people just blaming Jay, but I think this is YouTube. It's a free app. You can go where the fuck you want to go. And if a person want to mess with you, you gotta fight them back. Or either you gonna get talked about and drug everywhere. That's the only choice you got on this belly up, because we're in the belly of the beast in this area. And if you in a sector that's called the beef sector, or you in a sector that's called the Mo 3 beef sector, what do you think the people are gonna do in these sectors? That's what keep them going. They beefing, getting into it. If you want the angel sector or the makeup sector, that's where you need to take your ass to. Because the beef sector don't want to change. It's not going to change. Beef sector, but I know the beef sector, these motherfuckers over here is not going to change. They're going to keep dragging. It is what it is. If you want something better, you got to get the fuck out of here. This the belly of the beast. This the worst shit of the worst shit. And everybody that be over here, they like shit. Ain't nobody got no halo over their head in these sectors. I could just speak for the B sector. And the B sector ain't changing. They don't want to hallelujah and get along. The content creators don't want to do that, and the subscribers do not want that. They want fuck shit. So, like I said, if you don't want fuck shit, you need to go somewhere else. And that's the plainest I can get it, because you might see anything over here. In the beef sector, in the Mo 3 beef sector, you might see anything. And if you faint of heart, this is not for you. If you don't want to hear this kind of shit that I've been talking about today, you don't need to come over here, because I'm from the beef sector. And I'm not going to try to change none of these folks. I like I like this shit. I love this shit. Okay? And I ain't gonna kumbaya with nobody. It is what it is. Okay? Now, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Give it a whirl. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. We get old girl a chance. If you like to donate, please donate to my channel. Okay. Now I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I've been on here 3 hours. But I knew it was gonna take that long because I had a lot of notes. And plus I was talking about my dogs and other things today. Shopping. I talked about a little bit of everything. I was everywhere on this live. Okay. Now I'm getting ready to get out of here. Ooh, child. They've been cutting up over there in that Mo 3 sector. Ooh, child. They've been cutting up over here in the beef sector. I love this shit. Ooh, child. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.